everybody, to another Video Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. Hey, this is your good friend, Mr. BDA, and I sure am glad. That's right, sure I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one. Fellas, in this episode, we got a fantastic one for you. Another edition of our patented, copyrighted, and protected and sanctified BDA Boxing Morning Show, where you guys get to wake up. Well, we get to wake up with the rest of the world here as you're getting ready. Cup of tea, coffee, couple of lines, and I'm not talking about lines of sugar, if you know what I mean. But anyway, listen, fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff has accumulated since we last went on the air, and so we got to address a lot of this stuff, a lot of these issues. It's, sticky situations, some of these. So we're going to talk about them and maybe open up the phone lines depending on how things go later on. Before we get down to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. You can also join the membership program. That way you get more bang for your buck. Do not forget our Patreon. It's free, but if you want to donate, you can donate as little as you like or as much as you like. And it always helps if you sign up for free, just so that we know we got a lot of people in the community. And finally, don't forget you can also donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. Be generous. Do not be afraid. Do not be shy. Don't let people, get you in trouble. Like, oh, what are you, a pay pig? You're donating to people you don't know on the internet? Listen, you know us. Come on. We know you. You know us. We know everybody. So don't be shy. And the most important thing, though, the most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, you spread that BDA gospel, all right? I'm not going to miss words over here. The community is important, but now more than ever. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Parokua, Rocky, the Desperado, Rapax Trucking Company, 10-4, shout out to him. Langsbury, who says Gold Coast, Convention Center. Hey, maybe, hopefully Moses Itauma fights there one of these days. You never know. Future heavyweight super fight maybe one day. Moses Itauma, Jay Opetaya, Gold Coast, Convention Center. Shout out to Alejandro Marquez, J Will. Shout out to J Will for the early contribution right there. Shout out to him. No message, but listen, J Will, we appreciate it. All right? We appreciate it. Hard Recoil, Team Batman Boxing. Mr. Pelavacas, 2 Matador, Food TV in the house. Actually, I don't know when these people left these messages. Might have been a couple of hours ago. Dwayne Styles, The One, Miso Dionysian. Many more people to come, I am sure, fellas. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Oh, all right. Let's get back to, let's jump right back into the boxing. We've been doing a lot of stuff on the main channel, dropping a lot of videos. People are the Canelo versus Crawford content is on demand. People want to explore this fight from all angles. And we said, Boachuk and I said, you know what? You know what we ought to do? We ought to give people more content. And that's what we're doing now. We're giving people content. So there's more to come, by the way. We're only scratching the surface so far. Believe me. We'll get to more of it. And if you feel like we're not covering Crawford enough, believe me, that's coming. But it's also the problem is a lot of his fights that I want to cover, particularly as it pertains to movement, date back to the Top Rank era. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but Top Rank, they're not too generous. Not too generous when it comes to people using their content. They're still living in the 1990s. They still think that their content is gold, and you can't replay it without their permission. So we might have to go to Patreon for that. Might have to go to Patreon. All right. So anyway, listen. What we got here is a couple of things that are going on. I know the Jake Paul thing's going on with Tank Davis. We got junior middleweight action that might or might not be happening. A lot of, he said, she said type of story, which I hate, by the way. This type of, well, who's at fault for the fight not happening? I don't know. All I know is the fight's not happening. And Moses Itauma. We're going to start with Moses Itauma, all right? Because this has been itching at me for a couple of days now since he ended up stopping the former top contender, Dillian Whyte. And I'm looking at what people are saying, and I can't differentiate whether it's really the fans who are hyping this guy up now or whether it's the media, whether it's both. So first, let's start out with, hold on, where's my news segment here? Is this shit working? There we go. So you get Moses Itauma right there with a record of 13-0, 11 knockouts. He just improved to a record of 11-0 and 13-0 in 11 knockouts by stopping, like I said, former top contender Dillian Whyte. Of course, you can't go wrong with a first-round knockout. I mean, come on. It's a first-round knockout. What more do you want from a fighter, right? Well, as it turns out, we're boxing fans and we always want a little bit more, especially when a guy is this young and receiving this much hype. So, Aitama, by the way, this is champignon.info. They've got Aitama listed as 6 feet 2.5 inches tall, but if you go to Wikipedia, they got him as 6 feet 4.5 inches tall. So I don't know which one to trust. I certainly am not going to trust champignon.info just yet. Because I remember when I saw Chicharito Gonzalez, he's the guy that fractured Jesse Bam Rodriguez's jaw in 2023, I want to say. Anyway, that dude, they had him listed as 34 years old. But then I double checked and it turns out he was 24. So whoever's inputting the stats here, or maybe Oitama really is 6 feet 2.5 inches tall and the rest of the world is lying to make him sound like he's a more imposing figure. I don't know. Anyway, be that as it may, he ended up stopping, Aitama did, stopped Dylan White, delivering a stunning first round knockout. He ended up hitting him over the head, I believe, on the forehead. And that just seemed to discombobulate White. Something awful. Never recovered. Aitama went on the attack and proved too fast, too vicious, just too much of everything for poor Dylan White. So what's next for Aitama? Well, they mentioned a lot of names, Joseph Parker, Caballel. Of course, his promoter, Frank Warren, the bullet dodger. Nothing prevented him from popping up or propping up Aitama as the next best thing. People are comparing him with Mike Tyson already because of the age, not just because of the stoppages. But of course, there's a bit of a difference here between Tyson and Aitama, and that is that Aitama is a counterpuncher, and I believe that's one of the reasons why a lot of boxing fans are enamored with his potential, which I'm going to speak on later on. But first, I want to address the concept of hype. You often hear people say, "Oh, this dude's overhyped," or "That dude's overhyped," and the question that I often pose when I hear that is, okay, overhyped by whom? Because you can be overhyped by a small group of fans, or you can be overhyped by the large media establishment or a large portion of the boxing fans. For example, Shakur Stevenson is definitely overhyped. He was definitely being overhyped back in 2022, 2023 when he hadn't really done much. And people were saying, oh, yeah, man. I remember having these conversations with people. Yeah, man, from 130 to 140, ain't nobody can touch Shakur, man. Shit, Shakur. And now look at him. He was supposed to beat up Cepeda, put belt to ass, and he couldn't do it. So now, and then, of course, he had the whole De Los Santos thing, the Nakatila fights, whatever happened there. So now all of a sudden, people recalibrate their expectations. So hype can come from a lot of places. But with Shakur Stevenson, it was coming from the fans and the media. So who's it coming from now? In the case of Moses Aitama, well, you're seeing it a lot, obviously, from the British media, Sky Sports, The Zone, all that. They got to prop him up. They got to make him out to be as this guy whose potential is limitless. And I was more perturbed by some because okay, so that's their job, right? The media, they have to do that. But when I saw some fans on Twitter going, the only guy who can beat this dude is Usyk, and that's a maybe. I go, wait a minute. What are we doing now that all of a sudden this 20-year-old kid can beat everybody? And look, I understand the heavyweight division is kind of thin. The last episode that I was on here was the heavyweight episode where we went through the top 10 rankings and tried to figure out who's who in that division. And we came to the conclusion that, yeah, if you look at the bottom five guys in the division's kind of thin. Let's face the facts. And this also came up in discussion about where Usyk stands amongst the all-time greats because he's beaten everybody, but how much credit do you get if the division is kind of subpar, right? So anyway, that was one of the points of contention, and that's what we're seeing with Moses Aitama here. Would you really risk him at this stage of his career, 20 years old, against Zhilei Zhang? There are a couple, again, the reason why Aitama is getting so much hype is because of the age, power, of course, and maybe also the counterpunching thing, because a lot of people look at his counterpunching style and they feel like that can age well in the coming years. And also, whenever you see a prospect, especially one that's 20 years old, like I said, it's hard to, especially one who hasn't been tested yet. It's easy to look at all his victories and sort of believe that that's how it's going to go from here on in. It's all going to be easy to lesser or higher degrees. And of course, we know that's not true. Even if you've only been watching boxing for 10 years, 10 years. Usually that's enough to have seen the rise of a prospect and see whether he makes it to contender status, champion status, or whether he flops, right? So if you've only been watching boxing for 10 years, you should at least know the lesson that many of us learn, which is that beware of the overhyped prospect. Because oftentimes there are no Cinderella stories in boxing. Seldom, I should say. Seldom are there any Cinderella stories. And with prospects, we've seen them before. I remember when Errol Spence beat Chris Algieri. That was when Errol Spence mania started. What am I talking about? It's because I just read a comment. Somebody asked whether we want Itauma to perish. And of course, the answer is no. That's why I'm trying to pull the reins here a little bit with my opinion. And it's obviously an opinion that a lot of us share. Not everybody is. I do believe maybe it's just a minority of people who are very high on Itauma, saying that he can beat everybody right now, with the exception of Usyk. And when they mention Usyk, it's not a question of if he can beat Usyk, it's more when can he beat Usyk. Because Usyk's already 38, this dude's 20. So by the time he's 25, Usyk might not be even be in the sport anymore. So I remember when Errol Spence beat Chris Algieri, and people began the Errol Spence hype. And then by the time he got to Mikey Garcia, he'd beaten Kell Brook too. So he was no longer a prospect, right? But I still remember people saying, "Oh, nobody can stop this dude. Nobody can beat him." Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Terence Crawford—they're all gonna fall in the face of the pressure that Spence provides. And I remember even people calling in and leaving messages saying that the only guy who could maybe beat Spence was Canelo 160. And even then, I had people calling in saying, "No, Spence is gonna beat Canelo. Canelo too basic. He gets cement feet." Same thing we're hearing now in the build-up to the Crawford fight. So hype can take you a good long way, right? Because then what happened with Spence? He ended up taking on Sean Porter, struggled mightily. I remember Lomachenko, after he beat Rigondeaux, that was the peak Loma mania. And I remember people coming in saying, "Hey, man, Loma, I think the only people who can beat him are up at 140 or even 147. Terence Crawford at 140. I said, "Come on, let's hold back a little bit, see what happens." What did happen? He fought Jorge Linares. He ended up stopping Linares and outboxed him, but he also struggled in that fight, getting dropped, had to work for it. And that's when I saw, okay, that's his litmus test. And lightweight, I believe, is his cap. Maybe one fight at 140 against the right opponent, but the guy's too short. People have their limitations. So with Moses Itauma, I think people are overhyping him a little bit too much. A little bit. 20 years old. I mean, just to put things into perspective, he's 20 years old. 5 years ago, during the pandemic, when most of us were hustling, not hustling around, but bussing around, and when's the world going to return to normal? Is this just a tactic from world governments to enact martial law? Are we in the end times? Blah, blah. This dude, the only thing he was worried about was, are we going back to school? When are we going back to school? Maybe that, and how to handle that hard-on he has 24/7. When you're 15, everyone's got a hard-on, right? So those were his worries. That's where he was at 5 years ago. Meanwhile, 5 years ago, Usyk had consolidated his hold on the cruiserweight division and was just starting his heavyweight campaign. He was already a seasoned prospect by then. So let's just put things into perspective. 5 years ago, Itauma was a teenager. Now we're expecting him to take on the world. What is he, Alexander the Great? And I know some people could say, well, BDA, with mentalities like you, closed mentalities, nobody would dare to be great. There's such a thing as daring to be great and jumping the gun. I mean, look at Fernando Vargas. He was already, a seasoned veteran, more or less, by the time he took on Tito Trinidad in 2000. It was a mega fight. But he was only 23 years old. I believe 23 or 22, right? I forget. And a lot of people now look back at that fight and go, yeah, that's a prime example of too much too soon. So Moses Itauma, I think people might be exaggerating a little bit here about he beats everybody. The usual things we don't know about Itauma. A, can he take a punch? B, how's his stamina? I want to see him. Forget somebody who can take his punch, right? Because there's going to be tomato cans that are going to be able to take his punch and they're going to shell up and it's going to be a boring fight. I want to see somebody who can take his punch and punch back. And punch back with panache and aplomb. Not just, I'm here to survive. I think Itauma, for example, could beat a guy like Jared Anderson, but would you bet the house on it? That's right, Jared Anderson, a guy most people don't think highly of anymore. Would you be that confident that Itauma beats him? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe yeah, maybe 3 years from now. But now it's a big risk. Would you really be willing to risk that against the world? And the other interesting thing about that is, you people. Some people were saying, well, what if Moses Aitama fights Usyk now and he loses? But Canelo lost at 23 years old against Mayweather, a much more experienced Mayweather, and that didn't hurt his career. And you know what? I agree with you. Here's the difference. According to CompuBox, and I don't know if I believe CompuBox because they tend to exaggerate, Mayweather landed about 200 shots against Canelo. Canelo didn't go anywhere. So all this, he didn't take a beating there because I didn't see it facially and I didn't see him stumble or anything. Alexander Usyk, at this point, it seems, has grown into the heavyweight division and he can crack some. Look at what he did. Derek Chisora 5 years ago. Like I said, when Aitama was trying to deal with his 24-hour-a-day hard-on, Usyk fought Derek Chisora and actually ended up stunning Derek Chisora. I forget which round it was. I don't know if it was the fifth round, but I remember he hit him with a left hand and Chisora sort of did a little stumble. Same thing with Joshua. I forget which round in the first spot, but he hit him with a left hand and caused him to stumble a little bit. When he had him on the ropes and at the end of the fight, that was mostly Joshua being tired. Same thing in the second, but he got Joshua's respect. And then he managed to severely hurt Tyson Fury in the first fight, had him on the defensive in the second fight. And then, of course, Dubois, he ended up stopping him. And he really looked powerful with that left hand more than ever in the rematch against Dubois. So what I'm saying is this version of Usyk could hurt Aitama. Things could get out of hand. And then in self-defense, Usyk might do that something that Aitama might not like. All right? And who knows where Aitama goes from there. You never know with these young guys. Maybe Aitama really believes he can beat Usyk. And he gets in there with Usyk. And Usyk, he's the ultimate competitor. He doesn't take fights personally, it seems. But once he gets in the ring, he turns into the ultimate competitor. And it's like, hey, I don't care how old you are. You're not taking these titles away from me that I work hard for. He might lay a beating on Aitama. And if Aitama really believes in his heart of hearts that he can beat Usyk and then gets completely outclassed, maybe that's the type of hurt he can recover from. That's the thing I'm saying. You just never know. And yeah, maybe Oitama could get lucky and land one punch. But why risk it now? I'm talking from, this is corporate BDA talking to you, by the way. This is from a business perspective. Because it is a business at the end of the day. And this Aitama-Usyk fight just might be one of those things that aren't meant to be. Maybe. So we'll see what happens. Also, the other thing about Aitama is, I wanted to give this example real quick. David Haye, another British fighter, not quite a heavyweight when this happened, but he was on his way to heavyweight when he was an undefeated cruiserweight. And for people that don't remember David Haye, he used to be like imitation Roy Jones, but with heavier hands. And obviously not as good as Roy Jones, but very quick, quicker than a lot of the cruiserweights. And like I said, heavy-handed. He fought Carl Thompson, who was another British guy, tough British gatekeeper, whatever you want to call him. And David Haye laid a beating on the guy for about 2-3 rounds. Then he started slowing down. Then from one round to the next, he faltered, ran completely out of gas. Carl Thompson was still there, still throwing hands. He ended up stopping David Haye. So what I'm saying is, we don't know if Aitama, maybe he faces a guy who can take his shots and Aitama goes nuts trying to stop the guy. And then before you know it, he's got no more stamina. And he ends up getting stopped. We don't know. That's the thing. Just like people can say, oh, well, we don't know if he can beat Usyk. Maybe he can. Okay, let's use that speculation, speculative mind and imagination to say that maybe he can't take a punch. Maybe the guy's got some bitch in him. Maybe after 4 rounds, he gets discouraged. You don't know. How many people were talking about Zab Judah being Pernell Whitaker with power and he's unstoppable, this and that. Then by the time he fought for his first world title, he ends up getting dropped. And even then, people were still on the hype train. Nah, man, he stumbled. Look at his feet, man, he stumbled. No, you don't know about boxing. You ain't never boxed before. It's like, all right. So that's how people try to, distort things or fight the power, Fight for the hype is what I like to say. And we don't know about Aitama. We don't know if he buys feints. And, people are talking about Usyk. Can he beat Usyk? Forget that. Can he beat Caballel? Because so far, no one's been able to withstand Caballel's body shots. Or at least nobody in his last 3 fights, I should say. So, yeah, this Usyk Aitama fantasy. It's good to dream. It's good to hope. but it's also good to be realistic every once in a while, isn't it? Now, interestingly enough, as it pertains to what's his name, Moses Itauma, Alexander Usyk apparently finally broke the silence about Itauma. He had something to say about Itauma's eye-opening performance, and he's had this to say. He said, "Great man, great fight. I think Itauma is the future of boxing. I like this guy," he said. "Yeah, definitely. He's ready for me," Usyk said. "He's ready for me." I think Uzyk's a bit of a sadist. I think we should call child protection services or something on Usyk. Maybe get the FBI on him or something, because he seems like a chomo to me, wanting to beat up on children. What's the matter with this dude? He's ready for me. Keep in mind, this is the same guy that says Crawford beats Canelo. And then when they ask him why, well, he's special. Terence, he's special. Yeah. Okay. Usyk, hell of a fighter, might not be the greatest manager or matchmaker out there. But then Usyk's own team ended up being a little bit critical of Moses Itauma, saying, "Who said this? This was his management." Sergey Lapin said, "I think this is not good for Moses. A nice last fight against White, but Moses needs more fights against top guys. Maybe Caballel, maybe Parker. Moses has more options for fights." See, I like how they throw Caballel and Parker like these guys are pushovers. It's like, yeah, maybe he can, beat Parker, Jalalov. Maybe he can beat this dude, and then maybe we'll get to, they can get to Usyk. He does. Who knows if he beats those guys? Put him in there against somebody who can take a punch and fight back, and then we'll start seeing. And again, I'm not people. I know people misconstrue things. They're people thinking binary. Either you suck this guy's dick or you're a hater. Now there's an in between. There's he might be a future heavyweight great. He might even end up dominating the division. It's happened, right? I mean, I remember I was a little bit skeptical of Inoue. When Inoue was on the come up, I was asking the same questions. I said, can he take a punch? What happens when somebody fights back? The David Carmona fight sort of told us a little bit in 2016, I want to say. I think it was 2016. But the Nonito Donaire fight in 2019, that's the one where I said, okay, this guy, pound for pound, he deserves it. He deserves to be there. He's what people said. Moses Itauma, far from that for the moment. Very far. We still got a long way to go. Long way to go. What else are they talking about here for Itauma? So yeah, that's what they're mentioning. Real quick too, maybe we should talk about this later. Nick Ball, what happened on the undercard? Because there were some good fighters, I should say. On the undercard, Nick Ball successfully defended his featherweight title in a hard-fought battle against previously unbeaten Australian challenger Sam Goodman. Goodman made good on his promise to try to beat Nick Ball. Very wide scorecards, by the way. Very wide scorecards. I didn't like the scorecards, and Sam Goodman really gave Nick Ball hell. Some could even argue he made it more complicated for Nick Ball in certain ways than Raymond Ford did in 2024. So we're going to talk about that. But, I'm by my lonesome here. So let's see what people in the chat are saying. What do we got? We got Hard Recall says Moses is the next Mayweather. Well, there you go. See, Hard Recall is getting to the spirit of the hype machine. The great mixed hope. That's a good one, man. Let Me Ace says, unless Itauma is hiding glass or has severe weakness, then I'm pretty confident he's the future of the division. See, there's nothing wrong with saying that. But when they say, oh, nobody beats him right now, it's like, come on, the guy's 20 years old. Like I said, 2 years ago, he was barely an adult. He's barely an adult now. King Michael says, yes, Jalalov or Ditchko, if he beats one of them, then he deserves it. Yeah, I put him in there against a guy like Gorman. That fat guy from the UK who can crack. Maybe, you know what? That Ukrainian Butterbean who just fought Jalalov. He went, 10 rounds or 12 rounds against Jalalov? That's a good test too right now. See what Itauma's got. The Desperado says it'll be Hrgovic. He's the most unimpressive top heavyweight around. Yeah, we were talking about that during the heavyweight episode, that Hrgovic seems to be the weaker link in the heavyweight division. So maybe that would be good for Itauma to go after. And then if he manages to stop Hrgovic, forget about it. The hype train, if you think the hype train is strong now, if you think it's going by fast now, forget about it. Forget about it, eh? Oh. Internal Force Fitness says once Moses gets hit clean a few times by Usyk, he will turn into Daniel Dubois. I mean, people react, like the old Mike Tyson quote, everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face. I was going to say keister for some reason. But yeah, once everybody gets in the face, things change. Punches don't hurt so much physically as, unless it's in the nose. If you get hit in the nose, oh boy, that stinks. But usually punches don't hurt physically that much, but they do shake up the brain and the whole system goes into defense mode. So how will Moses Itauma react when he's getting clean with those precision strikes from Alexander Usyk? Shout out to Food TV, Food Sports Live, who says Crawford is different. There you go. He just built different, man. He got that X factor. He got those intangibles. Shout out to J Money, a.k.a. Josh, who says 3 in the morning. Well, I mean, listen, 3 in the morning where you're at, J Money. Not everybody lives on the West Coast. We all live in different places. But yeah, you know what? Why not, man? Why not? Why not a show this early? Even for the people in the West Coast. I know there's a lot of people that wake up early on the West Coast to go to work. Maybe we got some insomniacs, night owls. Why not? Why not a little show? Food TV says, can he beat Wilder? LOL. That's a good question. I would think so. The last version we saw in Wichita, Kansas? Yeah, I think so. Langsbury says Crawford and Turkey held hands. Did Canelo and Turkey hold hands? I don't know. I guess we got to go back to the files. Get to the bottom of things. No pun intended. Oh. Fu, if you want to jump on, man, let me know. Wouldn't mind doing this show with somebody else as well. Hold on a second. Okay, so what else are people saying? Desperado says, I've been terrorizing the nostalgic fans with Usyk. All right, he's been terrorizing people. Let's get Homeland Security on him. What else do we got here? Okay, so let's get to the Jake Paul situation. Wakey Jakey. It's 7 in the morning here on the East Coast. Let's talk about Jake Paul because, a lot of people are upset about what's going on. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but it is official. Gervonta Tank Davis, top lightweight contender Gervonta Tank Davis, will be taking on Jake Paul. And let me tell you something, it's caused quite a stir on social media. By the way, apparently this is according to Netflix. This is according to Netflix.com. They're billing it as an exhibition, right? Where is it? Hold on. No, they're not. Okay. So apparently it is an exhibition. That's what everyone is saying. That's what everyone else is saying. So I think Netflix, they're going to avoid using the word exhibition on their posters and all that. And obviously they're going to have to address it as such in the press conferences. But it seems to me like there's an aversion right now to call it an exhibition because then people go, oh, it's not a real fight, fuck that, and they don't buy it, right? But it's been announced, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Like I said, all other outlets are reporting that this is going to be an exhibition fight. November the 14th. I don't know why they got to wait so long. Maybe Tank Davis has to lose weight or something. I don't know. By the way, why is Ring Magazine all fucked up here? What the fuck? Did you see that? It wasn't working. Look at that. If I zoom in, something's blocking here. I think it's an ad or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, they're billing it as an exhibition. And it's, again, people don't want to hear that it's an exhibition. But you know what they're going to do with Netflix? Netflix, every time they do the press conference, they're going to go, this is an exhibition. People, don't forget, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, an exhibition, but you never know. Anything can happen. They're going to talk out of one side of their mouths. Try to give you a wink. It's an exhibition, guys, but anything can happen in exhibitions. Like, all right. Well, are you really expecting us they're going to go at it? A lot of people have an aversion to this fight. Not only because Tank Davis could have fought other top guys, not only is it because he's not a 35-year-old soon-to-be retired fighter who's done it all and now wants to cash out. Which, by the way, I do wonder how much more money he's going to get compared to if he would have fought other top lightweights, but we'll get to that. Also, the size difference. There's a size discrepancy. I think Jake Paul's about, 5'11", 200 pounds. Tank Davis is 5'4", on a good day, he's 5'4". Probably walks around 147, maybe 150 something, right? Because he's a little bit of a chunky fella. And so people are looking at this, and some people are incensed. I even saw a couple of Tank Davis fans, notorious Tank Davis fans, going, man, this fight stinks. They can't defend it. But then there's other people that are defending him. And that's when you get into the real, like, people say, yeah, why? I often tell people, why go to a zoo when you can come to the YTBC or any other type of boxing community, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Facebook, whatever, Pornhub. You see the real crazies come out in boxing. And you got some people who are defending Jake Paul, Tank Davis, excuse me. Not Jake Paul, not so much, because, I mean, it's Jake Paul, right? But there's people out there defending him. None more, perhaps, than a guy who really wants access not only to Tank Davis's mouth to hear what he's got to say so that he can increase the views for his YouTube channel, but might want access to other things from Tank Davis. Maybe other orifices, maybe appendages, I don't know. And of course, we're talking about Eli Sekbak reporting. Eli Sekbak appears to be a guy who's willing to do anything to get a view. And listen, on the one hand, you go, okay, if for him this is a business and he doesn't care about how he comes across as long as he makes views and makes money, I guess mission accomplished. But then the problem is he tries to pass himself off as a reporter. If you go to his Twitter page, he says reporter. I know that it became a meme a long time ago with the whole reporting, but he really does think he's a reporter. But then he's completely biased when it comes to certain fighters, and says some completely insane things when he feels skated by fighters or other personalities. So how can you call yourself you can't have it both ways. You can't be a reporter, call yourself a reporter, and then be going around licking fighters' asses. And everybody can see it. That's the thing. So Lamont Roach, when he heard news that Tank Davis was going to be fighting Jake Paul, he said, "Told ya, LOL, duck." Then Eli Sekbak replied by saying, "Tank about to get paid. What are you doing next?" So he's trying to put Lamont Roach down. What happened to all this talk about how Tank Davis is a pound for pounder? He a real one. He's him. Tank Davis is him. And one of the things Tank Davis fans, who are often fans of Floyd Mayweather as well, always used to say is that, man, the real ones, when they get a close fight or controversial decision, they go right back in there with the same guy, rematch, to put a stamp on it and clear any controversy. Tank Davis ain't doing that, at least not yet, and might never be looking at how his career's been going. So instead of Eli Sekbak addressing all that, now he makes it about, well, Tank's getting paid. What are you doing? I tell you what Lamont Roach ain't doing. He's not fighting a YouTuber. Then Lamont Roach replied by saying, "Fuck is you talking to me for, N-word?" He's calling a Jewish guy the N-word. The ADL is going to come down on his ass. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, Lamont Roach said, "What are you doing next, Eli?" Zipping up his pants and getting off your knees, which is, I mean, everybody can see that's what all Eli is doing. And then Eli says, "No one docking you. Let's see if you can beat any top 10 fighter, 130 or 135, without getting gifts like you got with Hector Garcia." That fight against Hector Luis Garcia wasn't that long ago. I don't remember anybody saying that it was a controversial decision. Maybe it was a competitive fight, so maybe I forget the scorecards, but maybe one scorecard was a little bit too wide, and there was some controversy there. Other than that, I don't remember having too many conversations with people saying, "Hey man, that fight, you know what, Hector Garcia, I think he won that fight." So Eli Sekbak, I don't know what he's talking about. No one is dunking you. Hey, fucker, how about the guy who needed the help from his friends, as Teddy Atlas would say? We're talking about the judges and the referee to get a draw against Lamont Roach, 130-pounder. And now he's not fighting him. After all this talk, there was a conversation for months about how they were going to rematch. That disappeared, right? And by the way, there had been rumors on social media that Tank Davis was going to fight Jake Paul. It's just some people didn't want to believe it. When I heard the rumors, usually, when I hear a rumor, I go, nah, well, let's wait and see. Let's not be reactionary and alarmist like most people. I try to keep my cool. I try. Not always succeed, but I try. But when I heard the news about the Jake Paul Tank Davis thing, I said, yep, that makes sense to me. That makes a whole lot of sense. To anybody who's been following Tank Davis's career, yeah, of course. Makes sense that he wouldn't fight Lamont Roach. And now this is what's happening. And so you got some people trying to recalibrate their expectations going, well, he getting paid, though. He getting paid. Like Eli said, what you doing? What you doing? It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm not a professional boxer. What do you worry about what I'm doing? When everybody was lathering up Tank Davis's ass, talking about how he's a pound for pounder. I remember when he got on the Ring Magazine's top 10 pound for pound list, some of us were saying, yeah, this dude doesn't deserve to be up there. And people were like, man, you don't know shit, but Buck, he a real one. He a real one. And then as soon as people started realizing he wasn't going to fight any other top lightweight or any significant fighter, it became, well, Tank Davis doesn't care about his legacy. He's a money guy. He's a money guy. Okay, so then why should we pay to watch him fight subpar opposition? So as long as he gets paid, what am I? I'm not looking out for his 401k here. I mean, I'm not in charge of that, is what I'm saying. Well, why should I be paying for subpar fights? And that's the other thing, though, that a lot of people were saying Tank Davis was the A side, right? Well, actually, we're going to get to that. But Eli Segbach continued with the PR for Tank Davis, saying, since this morning, I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of messages from people reaching out to me about Tank versus Jake Paul. Is it real? Entertainers, athletes, fans, huge response. I have not seen this since the Mayweather-McGregor fight. So first of all, I really doubt that he's gotten hundreds and hundreds of messages. But that's all Eli Segbach for you, exaggerating, willing to exaggerate, despite contrary to common belief or common sense, that he would be receiving hundreds of messages. And entertainers and athletes and fans. Which entertainers? The guy from the Partridge Family from 50 years ago, that dude reached out to you? Athletes, fans, come on. Huge response. So now he's trying to turn that around and, hey, guys, this is great business, guys. Let's not even address, let's stop talking about how Tank Davis isn't fighting any top lightweights. Let's talk about how he's fighting Jake Paul and making so much money and creating waves around the internet and around the social media sphere. I mean, I got to tell you, Eli Segbach really is a guy who has no shame. He should be a lawyer. I remember when Norman Finkelstein was talking about Alan Dershowitz. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't even know if you people know who I'm talking about. But anyway, there were these two scholars, right? Israel, Palestine. Let's just leave it at that. But so Norman Finkelstein got fired from, or his contract wasn't renewed with DePaul University. I think it was DePaul University. I forget the name of the university. And a lot of people claim that it's because Alan Dershowitz, who was with Harvard at the time, some people say he made a call because Finkelstein had exposed him as being a plagiarist. So Alan Dershowitz, lawyer extraordinaire, placed a call, allegedly placed a call and got Finkelstein thrown out of DePaul University. Well, like I said, they didn't give him tenure. And people asked Norman Finkelstein about it. He said, they asked him, what do you think about Dershowitz as a person? He's a lawyer. He's a defense lawyer, notorious defense lawyer. He goes, to be a defense attorney, Norman Finkelstein said, I figure you kind of have to believe your own lies. You can't have any shame, and you have to hold the truth and the lies on two sides. You have to believe them equally. And it takes a peculiar type of person, he said, to do that. I think that's Eli Segbach. But I also think the first impression I get with Segbach is that he's got no shame. He's got zero shame. So he doesn't care if people call him an ass licker, a boot licker, pro this, pro that, pro genocide, whatever. He does not care. And it's not, I don't think it's self-confidence, because sometimes he'll just say dumb shit. Like I remember one time, Kevin from Chicago, who's a caller on this show, and he can go overboard sometimes, Kevin from Chicago. He called into Eli Segbach's show. There was a time, I think it was during the pandemic, when Eli Segbach was taking phone calls, and it was during Thanksgiving. And Segbach said something about how he doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving because, it was genocide. The land was taken from the natives and blah, blah, blah. So Kevin from Chicago immediately heard that, taking land from, and he called Eli Segbach. And let's remind people, Segbach's Jewish. I believe he's Israeli. So you know where this is going. Kevin from Chicago brought up that whole thing about taking land from people. And Segbach's retort, his counter-argument was, have you ever been to Israel? And Kevin from Chicago said no. And Segbach immediately replied, well, how can you talk about someplace you've never been? Which we ended up seeing with Douglas Murray in that infamous Joe Rogan episode, right? A couple of months ago. Same thing with Eli Segbach. He'll just say the first thing, even if it's nonsensical, just to refuse admitting that he's wrong or that he's in the wrong. So that's Eli Segbach. He doesn't give a shit. He does not care about how much ass licking he has to do. So as long as he gets some of that Tank Davis access, Eli Segbach gives him access too, probably, to his backside. But then this is what gets to me, though. This is what gets to me when these people start saying this. Final note on Eli Segback. I don't want to kick the guy that too much. Actually, I kind of do, but anyway. He says, if you're a boxer and are offered millions and millions to box, go do it. Take care of you, your family, your health. In the end of the day, no one cares after you retire. Boxing is show business, and it's about making people watch. This fight will do numbers. All right, so I do agree with that this is a business. So, yeah, of course, you gotta do sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do things that people won't always go along with. Hardcore boxing fans, like I said, hardcore boxing fans, we can be a little bit like hipsterish too. So don't mind us too much. But where he loses me is when he starts talking about he brings up family and health. I'm thinking, come on, Tank Davis for years now, we were being told by his fans and by people like Eli Segback, Tank Davis is the A side. Anybody versus Tank Davis is a big fight. Anytime somebody would call him out or just mention Tank Davis's name, you see it, you see? Everyone's always talking about Tank Davis. Everyone's always talking about Tank Davis. Nobody mentions Devin Haney. Nobody mentions Shakur Stevenson, but all of them mentioned Tank Davis. Yeah, they were flexing. He's the A side. Now we're supposed to believe that Tank Davis, the way they're speaking now, like, take care of his health. He's trying to take care of his family. He's starting, nobody's going to take care of him after he's done. Let's not, is Tank Davis destitute? Is he poor? Is he a hobo? Is he sitting around at home clipping coupons and cutting the costs? I mean, come on. We were told for years that this guy was the A side. He made 10 mil supposedly. No, what did they say? He made 30 mil against Ryan Garcia, something like that. Now all of a sudden, hey man, stop bullying Tank Davis. He's got to get that money, man. Wouldn't you like to make that money? It's like, listen, let's face the facts. Turkey El Sheikh is paying handsomely for guys who take risks. Like he said, he's not paying for tune-ups. He's not paying for fighters tune-ups to get the rust off their careers. He's paying for from now here on in. He's paying for marquee fights. You're telling me the Sheikh wouldn't have offered or given Tank Davis good money to fight Shakur Stevenson? The Sheikh's ready to make that fight. Now, would it be as much money as as a fight against Jake Paul? Probably not. Again, it remains to be seen. We don't know. But would it be that much of a decrease that it's not worth it? The reality is Tank Davis doesn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. He doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. He didn't want to fight Lomachenko until Lomachenko finally went past 35 years of age. That's the reality. And people are seeing it now. That's why I dislike all this talk of, like, we're going to get to with Zayas and Ortiz. Well, who's avoiding whom and who's at fault? He said, she said. I mean, I don't know. All I know is they're not fighting. But when you get a guy like Tank Davis who went a good 5, 6, 7 years without fighting any top opposition, and by the time he fought somebody dangerous like Ryan Garcia, because let's face the facts, Ryan Garcia, he's got a lot of things lacking in the head department, but he's got speed and he's got power. And when Tank Davis fought this dude, he had to saddle him with a rehydration clause and a catch weight. And people's excuse was, well, there was a plethora of excuses. Let's not go into all of them now. But yeah, so that's Tank Davis. That's been him. He's not a guy who's looking to challenge himself. And now apparently, not only is he not the A side anymore, now he's destitute. He's got to fight Jake Paul. He's got to make that money. He's desperate for money now, apparently. Let me tell you something. It's insane the way people are doing. But again, at the same time, I'm not mad at this fight. I'm not shocked. I'm not incensed because, like I said, I saw it coming. As soon as the rumors hit the internet, I was thinking, yeah, I can see this happening. Makes sense. Like I said, if you follow Tank Davis's career, of course it makes sense. What are people in the chat saying? Ellie, come on. Well, let's read him. It says, Langsbury says, Ellie gets a semi when he talks to any of his favorite boxers. Ricardo says, Ellie, stretch back. Stretch back. Like Amog would say, someone's getting stretched out in that Tank Davis-Ellie relationship. J. Cole says, the selling out era. Forget about Strictly. The whole world is at peak spinelessness. I mean, not all of them. See, again, let's not exaggerate like all these boxers are just going for the money and no risk. You got Usyk, you got Inoue. Crawford's taking risks. And okay, some people could say, well, all those guys are in their 30s. Shakur Stevenson, let's face the facts, even though he's a very annoying guy, he does appear to want to fight the best. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, too. What's his name? Abdullah Mason is stepping up, too. Hasn't fought any top pound for pounders or anything, but he seems to want all that smoke, as they like to say. Virgil Ortiz fighting Madrimov and Boachuk, and he wanted that Crawford fight too. Late, I mean, well, not a couple of years ago, but so let's not make it out to be like all these young guys um, are just after the money. Team Batman Boxing says, I once told Segback he was a fool on his live. He said he could leave. No, he said, I could leave. I rode Nar. I prefer to sit here and laugh at you. I've seen him in Vegas avoiding eye contact. Yeah, that seems like a Segback thing to do. Two Matador says, Food TV going by Discord, I think. Oh, okay. It's Food TV wants on. I didn't see your message, man. I said message me on Discord. What? I thought that was given. Hold on a second. Let me call a couple of people here. The more the merrier. That's what I like to say. I just didn't know if anybody was up at this time in the morning, but good to see that they are. So in the meantime, Matador says Food TV. I got okay. So anyway, I also wanted to point this out about Eli Sagbach, by the way. What was I gonna point? Oh yeah, I think he started writing a bunch of tweets in the span of 30 minutes defending Tank Davis, and I think he was doing it in haste because there was a comment that really didn't make a whole lot of sense if you read it slowly. For example, it's here. Hold on, where is it? Let me just put it up on the screen here. Hold on a second, people. Hold on a second. Where's my page, man? Come on, I'm all over the place here. Caffeine hasn't kicked in. Eli Sagba said, since this morning, I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of messages from people reaching out to me about Tank versus Paul. Is it real? Entertainers, athletes, fans. Huge response. And then check this out. I have not seen this like this since Mayweather McGregor. So I don't know if he just got Tank Davis's dick out of his mouth and he was a little bit, dizzy or something. Or I think he was just typing as fast as he could with those little fingers of his to try to do what are they saying in football? Interception? I think he's working interception for Tank Davis. Huge response. I have not seen this like this since Mayweather McGregor. So what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that supposed to mean, Ellie? Get it together, man.
At least Mayweather McGregor was at an actual real sanctioned fight.
Right. This is an exhibition.
It's an exhibition.
But you know what they're gonna say, right? Food. They're gonna say in the press conference, "Hey guys, they're gonna bill it as an exhibition, but then they're gonna say anything can happen." That's why you got to tune in because anything can happen.
It wouldn't shock me if they never called it an exhibition. And you'll have Jake Paul up there like, he's a midget. I'm gonna knock him out. It's like, but this is an exhibition, and Tank's like, fuck you, I'll knock you out. That's probably what's gonna end up happening.
You know what? I am interested.
Then we're going to clear it. And then the commentators will say, damn, Tank, this is a big guy. This is a big guy. You never know. I think I got Jake in this one, man. I got Jake. I think he's just too much, too big. He's coming off a Chavez Jr. win. The guy's unstoppable. He really is different.
You absolutely, man. Fu, you're hitting the nail on the head, man. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get the guy there, Luke from MMA Talk or whatever that is. They're gonna get some former football player. They're gonna get Snoop Dogg.
They're gonna get Ellie Setback.
Yeah, Ellie Setback, and then they're gonna start doing a round table. I mean, Jake's a big dude. I mean, he ain't a real boxer yet, but he a big dude. And then they're gonna go, yeah, but Tank Davis, he's got that brain. He's got that IQ. I mean, I don't think size is gonna matter that much when you're that intelligent. You're one of the most intelligent. They're just gonna prop these guys up like they're the best. You already know that.
No, yeah. Well, we know they're not even going to mention this being.
All right, sorry about that. I think we're back. Sorry about that. I think the IDF got to us after some of these Eli Segback comments. But yeah, but that is gonna. Yeah, that is gonna be interesting. The whatchamacallit, the Jake Paul. That's the only thing I'm interested in. A little bit of curiosity how it's gonna look size-wise, because Jake Paul is about 5'11", 6 feet tall. Tank Davis at best 5'4".
I think he's over. I think he might actually be like 6'2" or something.
I was mentioning to Food TV right now when the stream froze. It reminds me of the celebrity boxing when Oscar De La Hoya and Sugar Shane Mosley put on the gloves against Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
It's gonna be like that type of fight. They say, okay, sometimes when you go up in division, the power doesn't carry. What you would assume that a guy Jake's size would be able to take a punch from a guy Tank Davis' size. So I think it's going to be one of those fights. That's if Tank Davis. Correction. If Jake Paul doesn't go buck wild trying to knock out Tank Davis and just opens up, yeah, he's gonna get clipped right to the
Yeah.
tip of the chin. But I think
Wait
it'll
a
go
minute.
a distance.
But it's not real. That's the thing. It's not an actual fight. So, making predictions about it are basically
Well, I
pointless.
mean, it's not an actual fight. So what does that mean? That they're putting on bigger gloves? Because I mean, Tank's a small dude.
It's an
What kind of gloves are
exhibition.
they wearing?
It's just, I mean, an exhibition is supposed to be a display of skill, but this is what I find this is what I find comical about this is that this motherfucker is a YouTuber. What display of skill is he going to show us? No, it is an exhibition on record. On record, it's an exhibition.
But if you're telling me that if Tank doesn't have a clean shot, he's not going to go for the gusto and try to knock Jake Paul out?
No, because it's an exhibition. It's not an actual contest. They're not supposed to. I'm pretty sure Jake Paul wrote in the contract, you can't even hit me hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not an actual contest.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the contract, by the way. It's like, hey, man, you can't hit me hard, man. I mean, you can hit me hard in the body, but don't hit me hard in the face, bro. It's just a prank, bro.
Because, I mean, I've heard people, sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
I've heard people say that it's a fanboy thing to say that Tank Davis could beat a big guy like that, but I think in a boxing match, Tank Davis could fairly easily beat Jake Paul. Like he could. He would just basically break his body to pieces.
You know what?
Jake Paul, I mean, obviously, Jake Paul hit him with overhand. He'd probably knock him out. But I think Tank could take that guy out in the first round.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
Boxing match.
That's the thing. He'd have to catch him first, right? Jake Paul would. And that's the thing about Jake Paul is old Jake has been fighting a bunch of MMA guys whose defense mostly consists of either putting the gloves up or just walking in head first. Tank Davis, say what you want about the guy, that, yeah, he's not a real fighter. He hasn't moved like a real fighter in years, blah, blah, blah. He still has the skills of a top 5 lightweight. Jake Paul's never seen that before. And if you look at the Barrios fight, if you look at the Ryan Garcia fight, if you look at the Isaac Cruz fight, Tank Davis, when he gets on the back foot, he can be quite elusive. And Jake Paul's never fought a guy like, and then on top of that, you factor in the height difference. And Tank Davis does that, he changes levels when he's on the defensive. If he doesn't want to get hit by Jake Paul, I don't think Jake Paul's going to hit him. Now, again, it's going to be difficult for Tank Davis to counter a tall guy like that, or a taller man. But he can also maybe, Jake Paul, as soon as even though Tank Davis is much shorter, as soon as he sees the defense from Tank Davis, he's going to freeze. He's going to be like, shit, how do I hit this good dude? I don't even think he's going to be swinging at the air, because I don't think he's going to be willing to open up that much. He's just going to be jabbing. Maybe every once in a while he'll miss with a wild swing, but he's going to be hypnotized by that defense. I mean, if guys like Ryan Garcia and Barrios and Isaac Cruz had a hard time hitting Tank Davis, you think Jake Paul is going to catch him? I mean, he'd have to go for the gusto, like you said, and I don't think he's willing to do that. And
he's
it's an exhibition on top
too.
of that.
I mean, it's kind of hard to hit a guy like that with one of those weird overhands he throws. That's all he got really is an overhand,
Anyone who's ever sparred with a professional will know how difficult it is to hit him. Now you're talking about a guy who's a top 5 professional in his division. Forget about it. But that's the thing. I don't even think it's going to be a good fight. So I mean, a real fight.
Oh no, not at all. It's not even a good exhibition. It's just this shit is it's going to look retarded. The gigantic, like 6'1", 6'2" giant banana head versus this little guy who's probably not even going to work out for this shit. He's going to look all fat. He's going to look like Gary Coleman. Do you think this guy's going to work out for this shit?
No way, man. I mean, it's well, maybe he will. I don't know, but it is a shame because real quick, because I we got to move on from this. But I don't know if you guys saw, but I was showing the tweet there from Eli Segback saying, "Hey, Tank Davis, he's getting paid. It's for his health and his family and his future." And I've seen similar arguments being made on social media. I'm thinking, is Tank Davis really that hard up for money? He couldn't have made a couple of mil against Shakur Stevenson and gotten the money and the legacy. He has to go for this clown show. I mean, I don't understand, guys.
It's crazy. It's pretty pathetic. It really is. Like he's holding up these real fights,
Oh, you guys don't want to talk about BD? You want to talk about Crawford-Canelo later?
Yeah, later. I mean, we've got to. Hey, that's the other thing. I was talking with Boachuk about it. It's August the 21st. Time is flying by, right? The kids are going back to school soon. Oh, in the United States, I heard they're already back to school. Some of them. So that's where we're at now. So this Saturday is the 23rd. Next is the 30th. By the time we get to the 6th, we're 1 week away, baby. So right now we're 3 weekends away. It's. Let me tell you something. Next Thursday, we're gonna be 2.5 weeks away. That's Time flies by like that. 2 weeks. So yeah, man, it's getting closer every minute.
And the 12th will be 1 day away. 1 day away.
Whoa.
So in your opinion,
you should have a countdown clock.
Boachuk's probably gonna do that.
Like right now. What's Crawford doing? He's doing weights. He's cutting. He's bulking. Like at this stage.
No, he's cutting down.
It's hard right now. That's true.
Apparently, he's not going to be giving any interviews up until fight week. I think he's fighting. He's training in secret now.
He's going to look like Alistair Overeem. Watch when he gets on that scale.
he's going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he hits the scales. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
Well, he's just different. He grew. That boy grew. He was just a hamburger. That's what it was.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about.
Remember when?
Yes.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, not that was. Yeah, I was gonna say. Remember when Canelo fought Cotto? Cotto, what was he really like throughout his career? Like what size? What you think?
Basically a welterweight.
47, right?
Right.
He wasn't a big guy.
No.
So I posted it on the Discord. Okay, Canelo Cotto. At the time, Canelo already had started moving up. You could already tell he was a little rotund. He's kind of thick around the edges, bulking up. But not quite. But, shortly thereafter, he packed the pounds within a year, and he was a full-fledged going on super middleweight. Terrence Crawford, is he bigger than Cotto? And mind you, that fight went the distance, Cotto-Canelo. Granted, it was at a lower weight.
I think he might be bigger than Cotto.
Yeah. It's within that reasonable, you know what I mean, comparison.
Yeah, I think he is bigger.
Yeah, Mayweather was, when you look at them when they're facing off right before the fight starts in the middle of the ring, they looked about the same size. Maybe Canelo a little bit bigger, but Mayweather wasn't exactly Willie Pep in there fighting a middleweight. I mean, it was a comparable sizes. So when people go, oh, Mayweather, the smaller guy, come on. Who are you trying to kid here? But we're going to talk about that fight later on, but I wanted to say something real quick about, I don't know if you guys were all that interested in the undercard for the Mosai Itauma fight, but Nick Ball really struggled against Sam Goodman. And I was sort of expecting the possibility that could happen, although you never know with a guy like Sam Goodman. Maybe he gets caught or something, but Nick Ball really struggled against Goodman. And I don't know if I still haven't rewatched the fight, but I think Goodman gave Nick Ball more trouble than Raymond Ford did last year. And the scorecards, I think one of the scorecards was horrible. So 126 pounds, it is a very good division, man. You got Nick Ball, you got Espinosa, you got Angelo Leo. I mean, that was a good fight. Does anyone have anything to say about this fight? Or
I saw a small amount of it. I didn't get to catch the whole thing, but I saw him. What I did see of it, I thought he was losing pretty clearly. He was being outboxed. But I'd have to go back and watch the whole fight.
I'll say this about Nick Ball. He better pray he can continue making 126. Because if he can't, and he has to move up at some point, he's fucked, man. He's a short guy. He's very explosive. What I like about Nick Ball is as soon as you hit him, he'll steal the play from you. And he'll throw combinations so as long as he can land that one punch. So he's got a lot of tenacity. And on top of that, he's got power against the lower level guys. But again, that height differential, it's going to cost him if he ever moves up to 130. And even against at 126 against a guy like Stephen Fulton, although Stephen Fulton apparently might be moving up to 130. That's what he's been talking about for a while now. I don't know if you could, Sam Goodman, I know Stephen Fulton and Goodman are sort of different fighters, but I don't know. I don't even know if Nick Ball could beat Stephen Fulton now. I don't know. The way he sort of looks.
We need to see him go up and fight, do that super fight with Pitbull Cruz.
They're similar fighters, yeah.
Battle of the midgets.
Battle of the midgets.
They look like almost the same guy in some ways.
Well, that's what people were saying too.
His white doppelganger.
People were bringing up Naoya Inoue. If he moves up to 126, could he beat Nick Ball? And I said, listen, fellas, Inoue's got to get past MJ Akhmadaliev. That's not a pushover either. I know if Inu is invincible for a lot of people, and all he has to do is show up and he's gonna win. But anything can go wrong in that ring. And I guess a guy like MJ Akhmadaliev, don't be too sure that he just beats him just like that. So before we start talking about Nick Ball, start talking about that MJ fight, which, by the way, takes place the day after Canelo Crawford. So that's 2 significant fights in a row. All right.
That's cool.
And, it's going to be hard for some.
Look forward to.
Well, it's going to be difficult for some people because there's UFC too, right? On Saturday, the same day as Canelo Crawford. So these UFC cards,
what fight is happening on that day?
I don't know, but all I know is it's a big UFC event that they got planned. These things usually end at midnight, and then you're gonna wake up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. to watch the Inoue fight. So you better skip the UFC one and just stick to boxing. That's all I'm saying.
They need to move that guy and have fights like in the States at some real hours, not fucking 5 a.m. This is a little too much to watch.
Nah, I mean, I like this. I like the morning fights. I like waking up when especially on September when an air is nice and crisp here on the East Coast. You can sometimes it starts smelling like Halloween already. If it gets a little too cold and people get their fireplaces on, so that's a good little ambience that you got for the fights. But yeah, I wouldn't do it every day though to watch fucking boxing.
Yeah, the UFC card on the 13th looks kind of garbage. Kind of a garbage card.
Well, there you go. I mean, isn't that most of the UFC nowadays?
I mean, they have some pretty good cards, but this one to me looks like complete trash.
Oh,
I'm reading one of the comments. Sorry, fool. I was just thinking about boxing. Fucking, he knew he's been getting surprised by fucking 2 left hands or what is it? BD by the Mexican, the dude from Tijuana and the other dude.
Yeah, Neri
with the rat tail.
Neri and the guy with the pony, the rat tail. I think what was it? Cardenas? Was that his name? I forget.
Ramon Cardenas. Yeah.
Yeah. That dude. I mean, I'm telling you, Inu is.
Yeah.
I think his limit right now is 122. He's already gone through 4 divisions, 5 divisions. I forget. People are like, oh yeah, move up to 126. That's how good the guy is. That people can, they just expect him to keep going up and up and up and up until he loses. 122. That's where he should stay at, and maybe one fight at 126, a select fight, which would be Nick Ball, for example. Other than that, those boys might be a little bit. That might be the difference. That size difference might be the difference between a loss and his undefeated record remaining intact. So, yeah,
that's a big jump, right? For considering how light they are at those divisions from 22 to 24.
Yeah.
No, what am I saying? No, to 26. I mean, that's 4 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Can somebody? By the way, can somebody try going to Ring TV? Oh no, okay, I'm doing it. When I was on ringtv.com, for some reason there was something was twitching there. Somebody said Desperado says 126 is weak. I mean, I don't look at it as weak. You still got Ruiz Ramirez. You got Mirko Cuello, the Argentinian guy, who's looking like a little bit of a beast. You got Brandon Figueroa. You got Shushu Carrington. El Venado Lopez, I think he's shot because of that brain thing, the brain bleed. You got Fulton, you got Nick Ball, you got Angelo Leo, you got Rafael Espinosa. Come on, that's a good. And then if Inoue joins the fray, that's a good division right there. A year ago, I thought it was the best division, but then Luis Alberto Lopez lost. We know Angelo Leo, even though he's got a high ranking of number 2, he's vulnerable. He didn't look all that great in Japan in his last fight. Mirko Cuello, the Argentinian guy, that dude throws the left hook to the body about as good as any Mexican I've seen. And he's Argentinian, by the way. But he also struggled when we saw him on the PBC in his before to last fight. So a lot of these guys are vulnerable. No one's invincible. And maybe that's why Inoue, if he gets past MJ, is looking at this division and thinking, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move up to featherweight. Get me a title. Konnichiwa. I don't know. You never know. Exactly. Maybe that's how he's looking at it. A weak division.
Yeah.
But real quick, I wanted to bring this up too. Raymond Ford fought on the undercard of the Itauma fight. And, Raymond Ford, incidentally, his only loss came against Nick Ball, like close decision last year. And he ended up outboxing late replacement Abraham Nova by scorecards of 96-94, 97-93 twice. And he clearly won the fight, but he showed a little bit of vulnerability, and then people on Twitter started saying that he looked weak, he looked bad, he ain't all that. So then Raymond Ford felt it necessary to go online on Twitter and start telling people what's up, giving them the rundown, giving them, keeping it real, as they like to say. So this is what he had to say.
What did he say? You don't know shit about boxing?
Well, no. He kept it a little bit more sophisticated, just a little bit. He said, I get it. I'm not supposed to look human. Then he went, my fight wasn't close at all, and my defense was slept on because Nova couldn't hit me. But what I can say is he did a good job in making it look like he was doing something and making it look ugly. But I showed it was a gap in skill between us. The ref let him hold and use his head. He smothered me a lot, so I couldn't counter and get my work off at times. I should have used my legs more to get space, so I couldn't counter, get my work off. All right, first of all, I didn't get hit. He just made it look like I got hit. I mean, what is... That's what if I was a professional boxer, that's what I would say. If I take a loss, I'm going to go, you know what? It to the layman, it looks like I lost. But people that know what's up know what's up.
But actually, it looked like I got knocked out. But actually, I was napping. I thought I'd sleep right now. I want to take a nap sometimes in the middle of a fight. You have the right to do that. I mean, you don't know shit about boxing.
Exactly. I mean,
that right hand he landed, that was not a real right hand. That grazed me.
I didn't, I only went down to try to get a little breather, and the referee stopped the fight right away. Didn't even give me a full count.
I wanted to test his hands and see if he could actually hurt me. Turns out he couldn't. I just thought, dude, this guy is nothing.
But you know what? The interesting thing about these comments is that these come on the heels of, before the fight, I read that Ford had actually said that he was actually thinking of looking bad in this fight so that people would be willing to fight him. But he didn't say that now. He didn't say that after the fight. He didn't say, see, now he's defending himself. Instead of saying, yeah, I looked bad, because remember, that's what I told you. I wanted to look bad. But now he's not saying that. Now
I look bad, but I actually look good.
Yeah, I mean, he's all over the place. Look, I like watching Raymond Ford because, here's the thing. Before the Nick Ball fight, I said, you know what? This dude should not run. He should not back foot bitch it. He should not fight in the ass style, because that's exactly what Nick Ball wants. He wants you to run so he can corner you. He gets momentum when you move away excessively from him. What Ford should do is stand his ground, go to the body. Obviously box smart, but don't run. And he didn't do that. He still lost, but he tried. But now I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, I don't think he's a back foot bitch, even if he wanted to be. I don't think he's got the mechanics, the technique, or whatever to do it. Because when you look at his fight against that Uzbek guy, I forget his name, he wasn't really running then, but he also looked very vulnerable. He ended up winning the fight at the last second, almost literally the last second, when he pulled a TKO. But he also looked bad against Edward Vasquez. A lot of people thought Vasquez won that fight. If you got the zone, you can rewatch that fight. I've been looking for it all over the place on the internet. I couldn't find it other than on the zone. So I think it's clear to see that Raymond Ford is a good fighter. He's got good skills. He's got quick hands. But he's not, he's making it out to be that he could back foot bitch it if he wanted to. I don't think he can. I think this is the guy you get. He's a guy who's a little stationary. He wants to plant his feet to counter with power, but his defense ain't all that either. I think that's the curse of the modern Afro-Anglo boxer. A lot of people look at him and they go, oh, he's Afro-Anglo. He's quick and he's got quick hands. Therefore, if he wanted to, he's slick. And he's not that slick.
He looks like a mini Roger Mayweather, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Now that you mentioned it,
right? It's fucking ugly, isn't he?
No, come
on. Yeah, come on. No, nobody's saying anything about ugly.
It's hard to look at the guy. It's hard to look
at. All right.
I'm sorry.
Come on, fool.
You know, the guy...
You know, his trunks are actually really cool. You see his trunks? He had the Looney Tunes trunks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, doing the... You know, the Mayweather that was unpleasant to look at a little bit was Floyd Mayweather Sr. That was a weird-looking guy.
Oh, yeah.
Roger Mayweather just looked like... He looked a little evil. He looked like he had some nefarious thoughts.
He looked like evil. He looked like evil Floyd Sr. He looked a little like Ming from Flash Gordon, but black.
Hey, you give him a goatee, he looks like Fu Manchu or something. Hey, speaking of people that look
like...
I didn't know Boachuk was with Raymond Ford. Look at that. Boachuk's with Raymond Ford. I didn't know that.
Oh, shit.
That's like a black Elvis Presley. What is that?
Come on.
I'll just say third dinner.
That other singer, the black dude, that rock and roll. Oh, never mind.
All right. So anyway, that's enough about Raymond Ford. I like watching him fight, but just his comments after this fight were weird because they don't jive with what he was saying before the fight, which was that he was intending on looking bad so that people would finally fight him. Now he's defending his performance. Like, come on, man, you should just go on with it.
Yeah.
Just wink at the camera and go, hey, maybe it was all part of the plan, baby. All part of the plan. Just go with it. Instead, he's defending himself.
Losing,
I don't know.
But I was winning.
Exactly, yeah.
When I lose, I win. And when I win, I win still.
Well, he should say,
I win.
when I lose, I win. And when I win, I really win. Or something like that, So come up with something nonsensical.
Big. Yeah. It was a terrible performance for me, but I give myself an A.
A plus. Yeah. You got to do the Jermel Charlo. It wasn't my best performance. I give myself a B plus, A minus. Like you just go up from there until you get to A plus.
But he said it was a terrible performance. A B plus, A probably elite level.
Yeah, he goes from B minus to elite level. Yeah, man, that's absolutely. Hey, by the way, Jaron Ennis has been accused of docking everybody. Somebody finally admitted to docking Ennis. Or being unwilling to fight him, and that's Boachuk. They passed on the Ennis.
Accused of a sex crime.
Nah, come on. What are you talking about, man? Come on. Apparently, he doesn't want to fight Ennis. He wants to go. He wants his get back, as they like to say. Boachuk is on his revenge arc, starting with the first guy who beat him, and that's Brandon Adams, who ended up knocking his ass out during the pandemic in 2021. It's going to be taking place on the Canelo Alvarez Terence Crawford undercard, apparently. Is that what they're saying?
Cool.
Hold on. We'll also provide the Ukrainian contender significance. Oh, yeah, it will be on the Alvarez Terence Crawford undercard. Okay, that's good. Now, listen, this is an interesting fight. And it's a dangerous fight for Boachuk. Because, first of all, I like the fact that he's trying to get at Adams. Because Adams is not, Adams, if you look at his record, it's deceiving. Because people look at him, he's got a couple of losses. He just lost his recent fight. So they could think, oh, this dude, who's this dude? He sucks. Believe me, if you've watched him fight, if you just watch the Boachuk fight, he knocked his ass out with a left hook. Also, if you watch his last fight against Katsouskas or Souvlaki or whatever the guy's name was, undefeated Greek guy, that was on a DAZN tournament. I think a lot of people missed that. DAZN set up a tournament of lesser level. It was a little bit like the ESPN Boxino tournament from about 6, 7, 8 years ago or more, where they had the middleweight tournament, and it was his lower level middleweights, but they put him in a tournament, and then they gave him a cash prize or something like that. So it was a similar thing here with DAZN. And it was a close fight. A lot of people feel Brandon Adams should have won that fight. Also, he went the distance against the prime. I get a laugh when I say that, but against the prime Jermol Charlo. And yeah, Brandon Adams didn't really let his hands go because he was afraid of what was coming back. So he fought very defensively at times. But he still made it very hard for Charlo. Even Charlo admitted after the fight that he was frustrated that, man, this guy just didn't come to fight. But the reason why I mentioned all of that is because Adams is 36, but he still has some physicality left in him. He's hard to hit when he wants to. He makes himself hard to hit, and that's the problem. Because Boachuk is coming off the Mikhail Fox fight, in which he didn't look good at all. And one of the reasons why he didn't look good is because Mikhail Fox was moving constantly and peppering him with shots. Brandon Adams, if he gets on the defensive, you never know. Maybe Boachuk is trying to right the wrongs. Maybe he wants to look impressive. He doesn't want to look bad 2 fights in a row. He opens up a little bit too much. He gets his ass countered again. It's an intriguing fight, let me tell you. Although I will say this, one final note. Boachuk did fight a guy with a good left hook in Brian Mendoza. What was it, last year or 2 years ago? And he beat the crap out of Mendoza and managed to get past those left hooks. So maybe he's finally corrected that little mistake he made against Brandon Adams in getting caught with a left hook. But one mistake is all it takes.
It's been a couple of years now, right?
Which one? The Adams fight?
It's been... Yes.
Yeah, that was in 2021.
Yes, so he's probably definitely learned some stuff, He ain't gonna just get knocked out and be like, it was an off night. I give myself an elite level. But we move on, we just move on from here.
I think he went the Raymond Ford route after the fight. He said, "No, I didn't actually get knocked out. If you look at it closely and you know what you're watching, you'll see me just taking a temporary nap, and I got up right away. But the referee didn't see it, so it is what it is."
That guy let out and fought. That shit was nasty.
Yeah,
I had to sleep. I had to take a
nap. The referee kept me in the cage. He kept me in the cage. They don't want my crazy ass out there. It's like, come on, you got knocked out.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But Boachuk, I like this move. Going after the first guy that beat you. And it's not like Brandon Adams is 36, but like I said, he still got, if you watch his last fight, he's still there. Could have easily won that fight. Well, maybe not easily, but could have gone either way. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there with
I mean, it's interesting to see him try to get that back, right?
Absolutely. I would have preferred to have seen him in there against Ennis, but then again, Ennis doesn't appear to want to fight anybody else other than Boachuk for some reason. So
I think Ennis will probably fight Jake Paul before he fights anyone real.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Moving on to another junior middleweight, Murtazaliev, a guy who really can't seem to get a fight. It's going to be a year now that we last saw him in the ring against Zhu. They're saying that, he's going to be fighting Josh Kelly now. And I think it was Amok, I forget who, on the Discord said that Josh Kelly, people clown him for losing to Avanesian, blah, blah, blah. But he's still one of the best guys that Murtazaliev will have fought. And that maybe Josh Kelly, with his amateur acumen, his movement, his speed, could potentially outbox Murtazaliev. What do you guys think? Is that a reality?
I think that's more interesting, the shitty fight Boots is about to have. And it shows that this guy got some balls where Boots does not.
Uh-huh.
Yep. He's fighting the guy but they'll still give this Boots guy all this respect and credit. It's like, bro, he's beating the guy that Boots would never want to step in the ring versus. So you got to give him that respect and say fuck Boots at Anus.
Oh, come on. What
I mean, I don't know too much about either fighter. I think Murtazaliev had a tough fight. Remind me, BD, what's the name of the middleweight?
Jack Kolke.
Jack Kolke. Then, we've seen what's happened to Tim Tszyu on multiple occasions, or more than once or twice. He's been knocked out multiple times. Yeah.
What was he? I thought he was knocked out once. The TKO once, wasn't it?
He got dropped like 4 times, like 3 times with Murtazaliev, and he's been dropped like 2 times in other fights, and I don't know, just like a whole bunch of times. So what I'm saying is Murtazaliev's power. I mean, he did catch him with some hellacious shots. What I'm saying, freaking Tim Tszyu's kind of chinny. I'm not saying
I wouldn't call him chinny. I wouldn't say that. I mean, he ate hellacious punches from.
That's what I'm saying. He's been dropped like 6 times, dude. When you've been dropped like 6 times and knocked out, you're chinny. Okay, Juan Manuel Marquez got dropped like 15 times in his career. Probably even more, but he got up all the time. Does that make him not chinny? Well, in a way it does, but in a way it doesn't.
I'd say up. Chinny because he gets up.
But with Tim Tszyu, he actually got knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, he took a hellacious beating, and then eventually, But I wouldn't call him chinny. I wouldn't say that. I'd say he definitely makes defensive mistakes, and he leaps into shots. Like you saw it in the Fandora fight. He was jumping into some big shots, and he would get up solid on his feet. I mean, he just took a lot of punishment, and that's why the fight was stopped. But he wasn't like Amir Khan, Amir Khan, I would call it chinny, He's like, well, it's a shot, he's knocked out, He gets slightly clipped with a shot, and he's already spaghetti legged for the. Who's kind of chinny nowadays? AJ. AJ's kind of chinny.
But when Amir Khan fought Marcos Maidana, surprisingly, he stood up, I believe.
Yeah, that was weird.
That fight.
That was weird.
Dude, the ropes held him up.
Yeah, he got hurt, but it's surprising that he never went down. He went down against lesser punchers, but he never went down against Maidana. That was weird. But in regards to the Josh Kelly fight, that's Josh Kelly's a quick guy.
Kelly.
What's that?
Trying to do my British voice. Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly's going to come back. And he's going to give it his whole.
Josh Kelly.
Yeah, that this dude, Josh Kelly, was a guy that people were hyping him up something awful pre-pandemic. And he couldn't even get past David Avanesian. And I'm not saying David Avanesian is a very tough. There's a lot of lower-level guys couldn't get past David Avanesian. But that's what I'm saying is the best. He's the classic gatekeeper. If you can get past David Avanesian,
Crawford needed suspect gloves to beat that guy. So,
well, wait a minute.
Obviously. That's reality. That is a real thing.
Food, you're an American. You can't talk about that. Americans don't talk about don't never bring up the Crawford's glove situation.
I don't consider Crawford American.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What are you talking about? What? Are you
I
saying
can't scream. It's a little too early.
because he doesn't represent the American values? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah. In some
All
ways.
right.
I mean, come on. You're American. You go over there to Turkey land, and you're just over here being his girlfriend. I mean, it's a bit disrespectful, Crawford, to all your fans.
All right, listen.
Really is. You got a wife and kids. You're over here. You have a boyfriend too. What the hell?
Well, that's it. 21st century, man. That's the way they roll nowadays. It's a
Ellie
polyamorous
sat back
or
would
whatever.
say, "Yeah, I got a girlfriend too. You a hater."
There you go, yeah, man. There you go. By the way, I'm looking at Josh Gillies' last fight. He took on a guy by the name of Flavius Bahia. Flavius. He fought a Roman
That's a
poet or
terrible
something.
name.
He fought like an ancient Roman
Terrible
emperor,
name.
Flavius. Flavius Maximus.
Yeah.
All right, now the other fight that I wanted to talk about, junior middleweight action. Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin are set for a fall showdown. Let me tell you something. I like this fight. And let me tell you why I like the fight. Because Erickson Lubin just recently got back in the top 10 rankings. And he's got something that a lot of hardcore boxing fans hated, which is a gift decision against Jesus Ramos. And a lot of people look at that fight and they go, hey, man, Ramos deserved the win. Lubin, however, played up the bad guy angle a little bit on Twitter saying, nah, man, I deserve that fight. Fuck that. I got the win. So what? What you going to do about it? So now Virgil Ortiz comes in here. He goes, hey, listen, this is an interesting fight. The pressure fighter in Virgil Ortiz who does it with technique and panache versus the quick-handed Lubin who is not a runner. He's actually got good power too. You never know. Could turn out into to be a firefight. I'm looking forward to this fight. I know some people are saying, hey, man, if Charlo managed to knock out Lubin, Jermell Charlo, that is, if Jermell Charlo could knock out Lubin with one shot in the first round and Fundora could put a beating on Lubin, who's to say it's not going to be an easy fight for Ortiz? I don't think it's going to be an easy fight because Lubin has some decent wins on his record. He, like I said, quick-handed. He's got some what's the word I'm looking for? Tenacity in him too. Like I said, he's not a back foot bitch. He's not a runner. I think it's an interesting
Terrible last
fight.
name, man. It's a terrible last name.
Lubin?
Yeah.
Why?
Who's he Lubin?
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. See, fool, it's early in the morning and you're coming in with the dirty limericks. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, I would have done it earlier. It sucks I didn't get on earlier because you said a lot of stuff. I could have came back with something, but damn it.
I was not impressed.
Listen, I don't know what you're on about. These dirty jokes will stop. All right, I'm like a school teacher now. It's early in the morning, bright and early, Thursday morning. I'm not gonna have this.
I can't even scream. It's too early in the morning.
Why is your neighbor watching you? That creepy neighbor that you said's got cameras pointed at you?
Yeah. I can't even scream out my window.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you.
That's
you're screaming at him. That's what you're doing. You know what you should do? If he's really watching you, just put the television on, turn it around so he can see it, and just play the most god-awful pornography you can find on the internet, like Gaping Assholes Volume 2 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I already do that.
Yeah, you don't even, you got that point out towards a school that's in front of your house. There's a school in front of your house.
That's why he was angry.
Yeah, you got the projector on the wall.
I don't do that.
You got the outside projector on the wall, just, fucking giant
huge projection, big ass giant projection of a beep on his house.
You got a giant,
people frown on that.
A giant image of a prolapsing asshole, just there, pumping like a heart. All right, anyway, listen, I don't know where this is going.
People get bent out of shape about kind of stuff like that.
Listen, fool, you're the one who started it, man. Sorry. Once you get it started, I just go with it, man. Sorry. It's your fault, actually. I shouldn't be apologizing. I'm apologizing to the people. I'm apologizing to our audience. I will not apologize to you. You should be apologizing.
I didn't go into detail. I mean, you went all the way.
All right, listen, let's get back to the boxing here. All right, so who would you guys pick between Ortiz and Lubin? That's what I wanted to get at before Food TV started dirty.
By murder. I mean, Lubin, to me, I studied him recently. I thought he's just a kind of like a shot fighter. I feel like this is just a fight to keep Ortiz busy, waiting around for that bum, whatever that guy, the guy with skirts.
Come on, you really don't like Lubin. Excuse me, Ennis, do you?
Anus, what he's trying to do is he probably wants Ortiz to have some real fights, while he's over here cherry picking. So what I think is going to happen is Ortiz is going to be choosing guys like Lubin's, easy work.
Fool, this is a good combination. Lubin anus.
Yeah, Lubin and anus, but anus is too afraid of Lubin.
Oh man,
he likes it without the lube.
I just told you guys to keep it PC. It's early in the morning. There's probably kids listening, although they shouldn't be. Because this ain't for them. And then you eat right away. Lubin pulsating asshole. It's like,
Lubin and anus.
Danger, danger, danger.
I don't know where this is going.
But it is perfect, right? So he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight Boots possibly after he fights Lube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the way it seems like to me, man. That's you're gonna hear a lot of that. You hear a lot of that when you get Lube and anus combined. I remember there was a documentary about a guy who. Anyway, you know what? Forget about it. I don't know. Yeah, I caught myself at the last minute. I said, "Why am I mentioning this at 8 a.m. on a boxing podcast?" Anyway, yeah, Lubin versus Ortiz. That's an interesting fight. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to see what happens with this fella right here too, because not that long ago, it's interesting. That's why I always tell people, boxing moves fast, and boxing will move on without you. A year ago, Daniel Dubois at 20, what is he, 26, 27? No, even younger, right? I think he's younger. Anyway, he was being looked at as the young hope for the heavyweight division. The guy who came back from 2 losses and managed to rebuild his career, and he ended up taking the torch from the other British star, and that is Anthony Joshua. But then it all came crashing down in the Uzi rematch. And he lost that fight by stoppage, obviously. So at 27 years old, he's being usurped now by the younger guy, and that is Moses Itauma. So now Daniel Dubois is in the same position that Joshua was a year ago, when, you know, it's like the women, right? You get the 35-year-old MILF-ish girl. She's going into MILF status. She used to be the beauty queen, the prom queen when she was 20, but now she's 35. All of a sudden, wrinkles. A couple of wrinkles just start showing up. The skin might not be as soft, and all of a sudden, the 20-year-old
prolapse.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that. You did. What the fuck's the matter with you?
Well, you said it first.
Okay, so everything I say, you're just gonna keep repeating. Is that what you're saying?
I have to, because we said it. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, bro. 30 what? I mean, she's a hoe. She probably was a hoe.
Hey, you know what? I'm pretty sure there's exercises
not
they
all
can
women,
do.
not all women.
I'm pretty sure there's exercises they can do to keep that tight.
Tight, yeah.
Gotta keep it tight.
I heard about that kind of stuff. It's weird.
Maybe there's surgery too to do that. But anyway, the point is, I'm going too far with this analogy or whatever it's called.
That's gross. Surgery now.
Wherever I was going with this,
knife for your loose bits.
All right, listen. Wherever I was going with this, Daniel Dubois has now changed trainers. Can you believe it? The world was his oyster with Don Charles at the helm. Oh, Don Charles, he did so much for my career. He takes 1 loss, and now it's all right. See ya, fucker. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. I mean, come on. So this is what Daniel Dubois had to say.
Someone, right?
Exactly. He said,
he needs to buy himself a new chin.
I don't think you can do that.
Yeah. You ever played Resident Evil 4? The video game? He sort of he looks like that weird fucked up zombie thing that you shoot its limbs off and they grow back. Just saying, just for people to know that he looks just like that guy.
I don't know what
his career. Look, he's trying to resurrect his career, so it's sort of like he's losing a limb, you know.
Oh, very deep right there.
It's pretty deep.
See, Fu doesn't just make pulsating asshole jokes. He also can bring in a little wisdom with his comments. That's good.
Exactly.
It's deep. But
you know, fair, man. That dude was wide open, man, for that shot.
Wide open.
He was.
Is that
wide
more?
Open.
Are those more asshole jokes? I told you to stop with the asshole jokes, and Gonzalo immediately goes with that wide open.
He's wide open. He's all lubed up for that shot.
Good analysis, VD. This is good analysis.
No, it's not. Come on. See that now you started it too with the chat, because now Manos de Dinamita in the chat goes, "You guys went too."
That shot.
He says, "You guys went too far."
Shot hit him right in his face.
He said, "You guys went too far with the analysis." I mean, come on. See what you guys started. Now that the whole chat's going in there too as well. Come on.
He was loading up that shot all fight long. He unloaded it right.
Yeah.
In Dubois' face.
Well, listen, this is what Dubois had to say. He said, I can confirm I have parted ways with Don Charles. I have immense gratitude to Don. Well, yeah, obviously not enough gratitude to keep him around after one loss. Anyway, I have immense gratitude to Don for the time and effort he's put into me over the last 18 months, and I wish him nothing but success going forward. This reminds me of the guy you brought up there, Amir Khan, another British star who every time he would lose, he would change trainers. Same thing with De La Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, listen, there's nothing Don Charles or any other trainer could have done to make you beat Usyk. Some things aren't meant to be.
Yeah.
And you weren't, unless you landed one big shot. And even then, the trainer can't give you the perfect way to land the perfect punch. It just doesn't happen. So him blaming Don Charles, I don't know, maybe, well, I mean, I got to rewind. I'm not saying he's blaming Don Charles, but in a lot of ways, what a coincidence. You keep this dude around when you're winning, and then as soon as you lose, you dump his ass. I mean, that's
I'm going to go train with Andre Ward now. I got to improve my headbutt technique.
I got to improve my tie-ups.
I mean, look, this dude cheat. There's what?
His tie-ups. That's what Bradley and Andre Ward call clinching. They don't say it's a clinch. They go, ooh, great tie-up by Chushu Carrington. You know what I mean? That's what they say. Great tie-up.
Strategic tie-up.
Yeah, exactly. Strategic tie-ups. Get the fuck. Strategic.
He's tying this guy nuts.
Strategic elbow.
Nice with the head punt. It's not a headbutt. It's a small nudge with the head.
Exactly.
He broke his eye. That wasn't from that. It wasn't from that.
Hey, defend yourself at all times, right? If you bust somebody up with an elbow, hey, defend yourself at all times. It's boxing. It's professional boxing. So what? So you're allowed to cheat.
He getting paid.
But what do you guys think about Dubois? Do you think in these type of scenarios it's the manager or the promoter who suggests this? Because the reason why I mentioned that real quick is because I've often said that I think it also serves as a PR move, so that when the fighter loses, when he comes back, it's almost like, hey guys, he's lost, but it was because of the trainer. With a new trainer, you're gonna see something new. In other words, they're offering you the same product with a different cap, with a different packaging. And do you guys think it's something like that, or do you think it's the fighter's decision? All right.
Sorry. No, I think it's both. It's a fighter's decision and the promoters.
I mean, whatever. I mean, I know we're speculating here. I know we're speculating, but it is always a little funny to me to see. De La Hoya used to do the same thing too. He would have a bad performance or lose, and he would change trainers. And you're thinking, oh, De La Hoya, it doesn't matter what. You're you already. You can maybe refine a couple of things. Yeah.
But Oscar did evolve. Like not to say it was in a good way, but he did keep changing himself. So when he had these new trainers, he actually would learn new tactics.
What, the shitty shoulder roll that he learned from Mayweather Senior?
Yeah. I mean, really, what he should have done is he should have blended it all together. That's the problem. He became a flat-footed bitch. Well, maybe not a bitch, but he fought like a bitch, and that bitch is Floyd.
I still say that the best De La Hoya was the 97, 98 version, or maybe it was just 97. Yeah, I think it was just 1997 when he was with that Mexican guy that used to be with Miguel Canto.
When he fought like Muhammad Ali, but with better defense.
No.
So Lain Rivera, the dude from the Yucatan Peninsula.
There you go. Thank you, Gonzalo. I knew you would remember. Yeah, he had him when you watched that Whitaker fight, the fight against Angel Gonzalez. De La Hoya was fighting a little bit like Canelo. He had improved head movement. That shotgun jab was still there. I mean, it was just, and then he leaves the guy for Emmanuel Stewart, and then after Emmanuel Stewart, he leaves him for Alcazar and what was the guy's name? The old guy who used to train Emil Griffin. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Who? No, it wasn't Eddie Futch. It was a white guy. The white guy.
I can't remember.
Anyway, yeah. So, and then after that, it's Mayweather Senior, and then it's Ferry Roach, and then it's Nacho Berenstein. And remember when he fought Pacquiao, De La Hoya, and he ditched Ferry Roach and Mayweather Senior, and ended up hiring Nacho Berenstein because he thought, oh, hey, Nacho Berenstein with Marquez, they gave Pacquiao hell, so he's got the inside scoop on Pacquiao. And then he also hired Angelo Dundee. Remember that? Angelo Dundee, who hadn't trained anybody in like fucking 40 years or something, but because in the 60s he trained Ali. and then sometimes would train Leonard in the 80s. All of a sudden, oh yeah, these guys are going to come up with a great plan, the master plan. How did that work out? So it just goes to show you that the trainers can't fight for you. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I not recently, but a while ago, I didn't even know because there's a boxing gym that I used to go train in Tijuana. Like a long time ago when I was 16, I saw a clip on YouTube and I was like, wait a minute. Julio Cesar Chavez was training with Emmanuel Stewart in my gym, in other words, in Tijuana from back in the day. I was like, man, that's fucking the Chet Club. Yeah, he trained with Stewart for a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he did for the Meldrick Taylor rematch, I think. I think it was for the Meldrick Taylor rematch. And interestingly enough, Stewart was surprised that Chavez didn't hit the mitts. He got him started on hitting the mitts. And that's the other interesting thing about Emmanuel Stewart. He said that Chavez could box off the back foot. He would see him sparring, boxing off the back foot and outboxing guys. And he said, how come you don't do this more often in your fights? He goes, Chavez replied by saying, you see all the guys I'm fighting? Like Pernell Whitaker. Well, he hadn't fought Whitaker yet, but, Camacho and Meldrick Taylor and all these guys. These guys won't stand still. I got to go chase him. So it's interesting that the same thing with Canelo Alvarez a little bit. The guy can box off the back foot. We saw him do it against Golovkin in the first fight. But he doesn't want to do that. It's boring.
Well, I mean, but I don't think it's just that it's boring. I think it's just the style of his opponents. They're running away. They're moving back,
true, yeah.
So he has to come at them. That's why I said, like, a lot of guys, they talk shit and say, oh, well, you couldn't catch this guy. It's like, bro, most fighters couldn't catch these guys. Like a guy like a Scald who's just running nonstop. I said, put Floyd in there with a guy like a Scald. He wouldn't even lay a glove on the guy the whole fight.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. People got to go back and watch that. A bunch of Floyd's fights. The guy was terrible on the front foot. Like Canelo's like light years ahead of Floyd when it comes to fighting on the front foot.
Yeah, because
I didn't even think Floyd's really that amazing on the back foot. He just takes that. He does the same like 4 moves or something. Like he does like one fucking pull counter in a whole damn fight, and they're like, what? They're like people the whole fight on that kind of shit.
People bring up the Chop Shop Quarterly and Zab Judah fights as proof that see, Mayweather could fight on the front foot, and he could. But like you said, those guys weren't runners. Like Zab Judah was not a runner. Neither was Chop Shop Quarterly.
But he wasn't. So. But he really wasn't on the front foot because you got to really look at what he was doing. In a lot of ways, versus Zab, he was cheating. He was literally leaping in, right? And he's lucky that Zab Judah didn't punch with him, because if he did, he might have just smashed his face.
Well,
what he would do is he would leap in and get into close range, and then he hit him with some short shots on the inside, like body shots and so on.
I mean,
that's what he would do.
Hold on, but what's illegal about leaping in? I don't get it.
Yeah, the way he would push down on the guy, because Zab Judah would try to like duck under the shot, and then Floyd would intentionally push him down and push him down.
Okay.
And lay his weight on him, lead in,
yeah, he was
and leap in and push him down.
I agree with that. He was controlling him along with his gloves, but he was doing.
Yeah, he was cheating his ass off. That's why Zab hit him with that low blow, because he just kept pushing him down, and the referee never gave him any warnings for it.
All right, that's fair.
You can't push a guy down like that.
That's fair, but I mean, the body blows that Zab Judah was getting hit with. I mean, that those were legal, and then Floyd Mayweather did put up the earmuffs, and Floyd Mayweather did make an adjustment, put the earmuffs up. Anyway, listen,
but it's not on the level like Canelo, because Canelo, look, the guys he's fighting are active back foot fighters, and so he's having to evade all these punches when he's coming in, right? This is not what Floyd had to deal with. He was just leap right in, and now he's on top of you. He can never kind of step in with a guy who's hitting him with long range shots. All right.
Listen.
Trying to step in.
He couldn't deal with that. You know what I can deal with? The fact that I just told you to stop bringing up assholes, and then you bring up Floyd Mayweather. That's the second asshole you brought up in a row. You brought up a gaping asshole earlier. Now you're bringing up Floyd asshole Mayweather.
The stuff he did, Al Heyman did to him.
Well, I want to talk about this, though. Everyone's talking about Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Also, the other hot topic is Crawford.
We're loving it.
The other hot topic is Crawford versus Canelo. People can't get enough of that. But quietly, behind the scenes, we've got another exhibition or gimmick fight that's going to be taking place. And I say gimmick as it pertains to Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, by the way. I don't want people telling me, Canelo versus Crawford is a gimmick fight. It's not a gimmick fight. Look at all the people that are saying Crawford's going to win. Crawford's got the X factor. Yeah. All Canelo has is size. So it's not a gimmick fight. It's Canelo versus a legitimate pound-for-pound guy whom everyone is picking to beat him. So it's a legitimate fight. But quietly behind the scenes, we've got Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder. Apparently they're talking.
Is that really happening?
Well, apparently they're looking into it. They're really looking
Yeah, I
into
mean
it.
that should be interesting. I got Francis in that.
Gonzalo, who do you have in that fight?
Sorry, I was in a call real quick. Say again, Mr.
No,
BDA.
sorry, you missed your chance. Sorry. No, they're
Selling
talking about.
drugs again.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. They're talking. They're talking about Ngannou versus Wilder, Gonzalo.
Ngannou versus Wilder. I got Ngannou, dude. I got Ngannou.
You know what? You shouldn't even be laughing.
Actually, I'd say Ngannou, but Ngannou's slow as molasses. Yeah, he can crack. Wilder's wild, but he can still throw a straight right hand. I surmise. I mean, they both crack, but one's gonna get to the target quicker. I don't know if Ngannou's been knocked out. I just think, yeah, maybe Wilder. Actually, I'll go with Wilder.
You didn't have to think all that much, man, because listen, if people are expecting Wilder to reproduce what Joshua did to Ngannou, I don't know if that's going to happen. First of all, Joshua is, what, 4 years younger than Wilder? He's a much better fighter on top of that. Wilder, what made him successful was, it wasn't just the power, by the way. Because, yeah, we all know that that's his main weapon, the right hand, and that's really all he has, the right hand. But it wasn't just the power, though. It was the speed. If we're talking about physical talent, it was the fact that he could hit hard and that people didn't see the right hand coming, especially some of the lummoxes he fought. The guys like Duhapas and Stivern, these guys are heavy guys, 250 pounds, and they're not all that good. So they couldn't see that right hand. They couldn't deal with that speed alone and that power. They couldn't deal with it. But then what happens when he fought guys that could deal with it, like Fury, like Joseph Parker, like Zhilei Zhang, all of a sudden he's getting his ass knocked out. And the thing is this, he's 38 now. He might still have that power, but like I said, the reason why the power worked was because of the speed. He doesn't have the speed anymore. At least it didn't look like it when he fought in Wichita, Kansas. What happened in Wichita, Kansas, by the way, that's also, Wichita, Kansas, that's almost like Snake Plissken. You know, what happened in Cleveland? I don't want to talk about it. You know, nobody wants to talk about what happened with Snake Plissken in Cleveland. Same thing with Deontay Wilder. They don't want to bring up what happened in Kansas. Hey, Deontay.
We don't talk about what happens in Kansas. We don't.
Yeah, Deontay, what happened in Kansas? Whatever happens, whatever happens in Kansas stays in Kansas. He doesn't want to talk about it. He looked awful in that fight. Horrible. We watched it on Sober's stream, didn't we? We watched that fight live.
Yeah, it was terrible.
He was terrible. He looked
like a Coomer. He looked like a Coomer sort of. He had like these really tiny, like his legs are smaller than ever. His upper body was massive. Like it was as big as the Furia, that Furia third fight, if not a little bigger. Except it was more, I think, in one arm. Really weird.
Well, you know what?
The guy's going through a divorce, right?
The old wives' tale in boxing is that if you, engage in hanky-panky and stuff like that, you lose your legs. Are you saying he literally literally ejaculated his legs away? Is that what you're saying of Deontay Wilder?
No, I said his body looked a little like not balanced. Not as balanced. It should have been more on maybe the right hand. I'm saying he's going through a divorce. I mean, it was a hard time for him.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm kidding.
Hey, listen.
No, the guy looked slow. He looked slow as hell, man. He looked terrible. He was winging the shots out. You could see him from a mile away. He was fighting a total bum. He had no power. Like, it's like, where's that power, man? The right hand was completely gone. Like, and that's like his only one technique that he has is that straight right hand. It's just so much slower. I mean, we'll see. But I think if they actually do fight, I think Francis could knock him out.
Yeah, because that's why Gonzalo. That's why I said, Gonzalo, you shouldn't laugh when you pick Ngannou, because I don't think that's a crazy pick. I mean, look, Wilder, and let's be fair to Wilder, because I said this after the Kansas situation. I said, look, this guy's been off for a year or almost a year. He's 38 years old. He was far from a technical genius. So it's understandable that he was going to look rusty and look bad in doing so. But fighting Ngannou, I know it's crazy to say, but Ngannou's got good boxing technique. He's got good power. He's got better hooks, better uppercuts. Yeah. He has more tools than Wilder does. I mean, hold on.
He's also got faster legs.
It's not crazy to say. It's not crazy to say that the gap in skill, boxing skill, is non-existent. It's about the same, I think. I think they both got the same level of skill
I
thereabouts.
think Francis actually might have more skill.
Like
Funny part.
he's more
That's
composed. I'll say he's more composed and he's got power too. He's heavy-handed. I just think he's slow as molasses, and I can't recall what fight I was watching like a few years back that I said to myself, "Man, this dude, yeah, okay." It was during the time they were hyping him up. It's like, man, he's not it. He's not it. But I'm not saying that he's not durable. But for some reason, I just think if everybody, like, remember before that, people used to make this whole this big deal about Deontay Wilder's right hand. Oh, he's the hardest puncher of all time and shit. I'm just kind of I'm giving him his props right now. Kind of like the last hoorah. If he goes in there and lands first, all right, motherfucker, knock him out. But I don't know if he does.
I think he's way more athletic and he's more active as well. I think he's going to use movement and he's going to lay him out with probably one punch. That's why I think he's going to change things up. He's going to adjust. He's going to learn from that AJ fight.
Who?
Francis
Wilder?
Ngannou. Francis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because Wilder can't adjust shit.
Not Wilder. Wilder's finished. He's done.
You know what?
He can't
He's
adjust.
unadjustable.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
In hindsight, I sort of fell into the power thing too a little bit with Wilder in the build up to the Fury fight, because I was talking with people at the gym at the time, and a lot of people were saying the same things, like, yeah, Fury probably beats him, but can he stay away from the power? And I was thinking, for a little while, I was thinking, shit, yeah, is he going to be able to stay from the power? And now, subsequently, we've seen Joseph Parker beat him, Zhilei Zhang. If the speed's not there from Wilder, then he's pretty much done. He's not going to outbox Ngannou. I mean, I know he was a fat, out of shape Fury, but Ngannou competed with him, and a fat, out of shape Fury is almost the same thing as a peak Deontay Wilder in terms of boxing skill. You know what I mean? I would still say a fat Fury is still a better boxer than a prime Deontay Wilder in terms of, like I said, boxing skill. So
yeah, even fat Fury moves far better than the Wilder, and he's faster.
Exactly.
He does a lot better.
Yeah, so this.
I mean, if the fight happens,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, that's a money maker. I bet that shit probably will make some money.
Too, man. Is Deontay Wilder considered one of the greatest punchers of all time now? Hell no. Because as soon as he picked up, he started losing. It wasn't just that he got old. He just barely stepped up. And when he stepped up, he lost. Based on the resume.
That old. Was he that old when he started losing? I mean, George Foreman, I just saw his last fight. He was like 48 years old, and he was breaking this guy, what's his name? Shannon Briggs. He was breaking his face at 48. So we really can't say that Wilder's like the biggest puncher.
Wait. Was he really 48?
Yeah, he was 48 when he fought Briggs. Shannon Briggs was 25.
Damn. Now I'll tell you this,
and
man.
I think it might have been a draw, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's considered one of the worst decisions in boxing. Although a lot of people don't mention it anymore, but yeah. but I tell you what, this this Wilder versus Ngannou fight, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually more interested in that than Jake Paul versus Tank Davis.
Yeah, because it's probably an actual fight.
Yeah,
and there's the questions to be asked there. We don't know who's going to win. We really don't know.
Yeah, and if Wilder loses, that's another
50-50.
It's another demerit that furtherly buries him in the lower level of he's just not one of those world champions that you could really say was anything. I mean, he did have 9, 10, 11 title defenses. I don't know, maybe 9, I can't recall. Yeah, but he wasn't that good at all.
Yeah. I think what Wilder should do to revitalize his career outside of this Francis Ngannou fight. He should fight a row of YouTubers. It's 1 versus 10, and he just takes on 10 YouTubers in one night.
I mean,
that would be good.
Credit to him.
That'd be fun.
Probably made millions, right? Deontay Wilder, and he's still making money.
Yeah, but I think there's some stuff to be done with this whole Wilder train.
Not bad for what he used to drive, the Coca-Cola truck.
Yeah, he probably still does.
Is that what he used to drive? What?
I think so. Yeah, the Coca-Cola truck was really.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the Coca-Cola truck, and they download obviously the crates of soda and stuff.
I didn't know that. But listen, I mean, I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's an interesting bout, and we'll see what happens, man. I'm telling you, if it's pay-per-view, but it's got a good undercard, hey, I might buy it. Why not?
When are they predicting if it does happen? When might it happen?
That's a good question. I would imagine November. That's where all these fights are. Oh, no, it says, I would imagine it's for November. That's what everyone's aiming for now since it's August. So they would probably need about 2 months to train. So, yeah, probably August, November, December, maybe. Maybe. Now,
that's probably why Wilder came back, right? It makes sense. He came back for the Ngannou fight.
Well, I mean, listen, he probably came back to see what we're all waiting to see, which is what is Wilder's costume going to look like. That's what we're all interested in, because he always comes out with these intricate designs. Let's take a look at just to remind people who is designing these costumes for Deontay Wilder.
Costumes in the past, because
it had wiring in it. So for the neon, for the
is that Danny DeVito?
Come on.
laser lights that we installed, but we made sure it was light enough, and we did do a dress rehearsal the day before.
Pedro Pascal on the left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he better not get anxious, because he's gonna start groping this guy's titties. The guy on the right, by the way, he looks like, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a show on Discovery Channel about 10 years ago called Dual Survival. It was these 2 survival experts, and they would drop them off in remote locations, and they had to show you how to survive. That's what this guy looks like. He looks like one of those guys, Cody Lundin. That's what the guy was. This dude that would always dress up like a Native American. See, that's the Cody Lundin right there. That's what that guy looks like. He looks like Cody Lundin in drag. Look at that. That's Cody Lundin.
So
no, that's terrible, man. That is fucking terrible.
Well, it actually.
What the fuck was that? Did you see that?
God.
The guy's got claws. Look at that.
Leopard print.
He's got claws. Black claws. Whoa. Like a fucking tiger.
Well, it actually was heavier, and it was heavier because we did have the lasers, battery packs, all this stuff.
I know Deontay keeps these costumes, and I know they mean a lot to him. Typically, I know was different because he has never lost before.
He looks like he's related. They look related to Ellie Setback.
Come on. Wait a minute. Come on.
Especially the one on the right.
Come on.
What is he going to do? What's going to happen with the costume from Saturday
Does he have
night?
some big-ass gold hoop earrings on?
Yep. Yeah, he's got some sort of like a harp or something. I don't know what it is.
He's going to put it in his collection with the other costumes, and he said
that's the most jarring thing, that you look at this dude and you think, okay, is it a fat guy or a fat woman? And then you hear the voice and you go, okay, that's a fat guy right there.
Sounds like a fucking truck driver.
Exactly.
Like 2 packs a day.
10-4.
Wearing a fucking blonde wig.
He looks like he should be conversing. He looks like he should be conversing with Rampax Trunk and Company through the CB radio, shooting the shit about,
He's dressed like Shaquanda, isn't he? He's dressed like Shaquanda would dress.
Shaquanda.
Look how big his head is. They got a massive fucking head.
And why does he have? You know what I despise the most is the fact that he's got the Nigerian flag. It looks like it's a Nigerian flag. We got a lot of Nigerians listening, by the way. We got a sizable Nigerian demographic listening to it. And I don't like the fact that this dude is disrespecting the Nigerian flag by wearing it in that attire. That's disrespectful.
Is
to
this
Nigerians.
Disrespect? Put it on a Gucci shirt.
Put it in a museum.
Yes.
Or
No, put it in a museum. That's what he just said, fool. In a museum.
That dude's got one of the most manly fucking voices ever.
I wish I had that voice. Yeah, it's true. I wish I had that
exactly,
voice.
Exactly. He sounds like the fucking the class in like a RPG who like has a big ass hammer. He's like really short,
museum.
Yeah.
Or he's going to put it in a
smash. The Desperado in the chat says he sounds like Mrs. Doubtfire's brother. Yeah, the gay guy from Independence Day. David. Where am I supposed to go?
He's dressed like Madonna. You know how Madonna dresses nowadays?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Madonna looks like
Cyndi Lauper with fucking gloves and no fingers on him.
When I was like 15, I ran into a gay dude and round
riding
the bike. He pulled over in the stop and he's like, "You need a ride." But first it was feminine. First it was feminine, like a foreign accent, like I was like French. And all of a sudden, like at the end of the conversation, well, okay. By this point, I did end up getting in the car.
Ah, come on, Gonzalo. What the fuck?
Oh my God, this is where the prolapse began.
Where is this going?
What happened next? What happened next? The dude, I didn't know the dude. He said, "My name is Pedro." I was like, "What the fuck?" I work at Pollos El Tito. So obviously, I got out.
He was all nice and sweet in the beginning, and then he's like, "My name is Pedro."
So he worked at the chicken restaurant, and he wanted some cock, is what you're saying? He wanted the chicken, the rooster. You get it, the rooster cock. All right, Gonzalo, that's a very interesting story right there. So
wait, what happened? How did you get away? Did you jump out the window?
He didn't. He didn't. By the way, he didn't get away.
He pulled over. He was like, "Oh fuck no." But you know what? TJ.
Nah, you know what happened? This is what happened.
You're mine now, so I'll let you go. You are mine. You are my meat. You're my possession. Go!
I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not what happened. But
was that like a fucking? It's like a shooter he had. It sounded like a fucking piece of wood. What the hell was that?
Gonzalo's got stories for days, man. This dude, some of his stories from Tijuana.
He does. They're funny.
Hey, Gonzalo, the way you make Tijuana sound, it's almost like New Orleans. Like it's got all these characters running around. It's a never-ending party.
Oh, yeah, I was there once too in New Orleans. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, okay, there you go. So you can compare. Is Tijuana
New
like
Orleans
New York?
Smells like piss in every corner, though.
Oh, that's what Jimmy said, that it smells like piss. But by the way, is Tijuana like New York? It never sleeps, or are most things closed at night?
And the Red Lamp district, which is about like two blocks. No, it's always open.
Damn, it's a party.
There's always activity day and night.
Party. Oh. Get yourself some of that top shelf booty. Anyway, listen. Let's get back to boxing here, because actually, what am I talking about? Boxing. We're still watching this.
Glass prism.
Shadow boxes.
Shadow boxes.
Shadow box.
Yeah. So he's going to keep it. He's not like shunning this one because
no.
Look at how quickly that guy jumped in. No. We're still in business. Come see us. Our costumes don't cost people to get their asses knocked out.
One because
no.
Look at how quickly he jumped in, man.
Listen, like it or not, this is boxing.
Oh, and the guy on the right got insulted. Did you see how he started doing that like a woman when she starts ignoring you?
Not like shunning this one because
no. Listen, like it or not.
See that how he rolled his eyes and then started looking away? Like, how dare he ask this question? Oh my God!
How dare you? I'm a woman.
Fu, do you think if the reporter would have been in person asking that question, do you think this guy on the right would have dismantled him using his bare hands?
Oh yeah, for sure. He probably got some big ass hands too, right? Just with the wrench, he's fucking taking those truck tires off. He's got some big ass hands. He doesn't need mitts.
Yeah, he doesn't need a wrench.
He doesn't even need a wrench at this point.
Exactly. He just grabs pipes.
He just pinches it.
He grabs pipes and just twists them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens. You're working on that truck that long. You know?
This is boxing history. This is boxing
history. You got hoop ears on.
Oh shit! He's insulted now. Look at him.
And like, what Deontay has done with his career, like this is nothing but a blip in it. Like, he is a champion. He is a king. We will stand behind him and his vision.
Oh yeah, they want to stand behind him. That's for sure. Stand behind him so they can do stuff to him. Ah, come on.
Yeah.
And
they're another wavelength.
We want to thrust behind it. We want to thrust behind him. Sorry.
Yeah, all of a sudden they sound evil now. All of a sudden in Food TV's world.
Oh.
All right, let's keep watching this.
I mean, that dude on that person on the right is pretty intimidating. That is evil.
Come
here, honey.
If that dude came up to me in a bar and said, "You want to fight? You got a problem?" I'd say, "No, sir, no problem, no," and I'd walk away. I'd be as respectful as can be.
Ma'am,
oh shit,
it's
you're
ma'am.
right. Yeah. You know what? At that point, I just run away. There's no shame in that. Just run away.
Exactly. Yeah, there is none. You've seen the guy's hands. I mean, come on.
And that's the other thing.
Right. Yeah, he looks like Matt Serra from the UFC.
You let us know that day on the...
That's the other thing. If he knocks you out, do you think that's it? That it's over? No. You're knocked out.
Your life's over. You're gonna get knocked out by some guy dressed like Cyndi Lauper.
No, but follow me here. Follow me here, Fu. He knocks you out. You think that's the end of it? No. You're knocked out. No. Your ass up in the air. What do you think this guy's gonna do? Just walk away?
And everyone's gonna film that too, in the fucking bar. You know it.
He's gonna pull your pants down while you're unconscious, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, there you go.
And everyone's gonna film it.
Hey, by the way, speaking of a guy who's built like the guy on the right, like fat but real stout, you can tell that guy on the right had a lot of muscle underneath all that fat. Andy Ruiz,
Yeah.
same thing. Andy Ruiz, a powerhouse, just like that. By the way, do you think that guy knocks people out too? By the way, the guy, the gay guy on the right.
Probably,
Easy, right?
Probably, definitely good. Yeah. I imagine he has like massive forearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, massive.
But with the veins and shit,
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he just knocks your ass out with one punch. Wouldn't want to mess with him. Like a
without even
Samoan.
trying.
He's probably built like a
short
Samoan.
arms, but you got to watch out.
He seems like one of those dudes that if you like make a feint, you'll make him cowl. He'll start flinching.
No. I bet if you feint him, he'll jump on you.
He's already setting up strategies. I like
Exactly.
coming up with strategies to beat him. He's the real deal when you're doing that already.
Exactly. Yeah, Gonzalo's already thinking, how would I beat this dude? If we're in the street in TJ, how would I beat this dude?
I'll pull his big ass hoop earrings out. That's the first thing I would do.
By the way, speaking of fat guys who can fight, like that dude that designed the costume for Wilder, Andy Ruiz wants to come back. And let me just tell you why this dude, you can tell why he lost against Anthony Joshua, why he ruined his career by not training for the Joshua rematch. This dude is an entitled.
I thought that fight was actually extremely close.
Nah, fool, please.
For a 400-pound guy, I mean, dude, he did really well in that fight. People gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah, he did very well.
He almost folded over AJ a couple of times.
You're right.
Well,
the way he was
eating
jabs. The way he was getting his head snapped back by jabs, that was very theatrical. You're right. He did a good job.
Yeah, he did well, but he was just giant fat thing. So that's the problem.
Well, that's
I thought
my
the
point.
fight was a lot closer than the credit. He didn't really get much credit for that. I think.
Well, you thought Jaron Ennis versus you thought
What?
There's a fight. Oh fuck, which one was it? There was a fight you thought that was very. Oh yeah, you think Cepeda beat Shakur Stevenson? I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on.
I was rooting for Cepeda,
I scored
but
it. I can rescore it again, but I think Zepeda did. I thought he won the fight just because he landed more punches.
Well, listen.
But look, you go back and watch that Ruiz AJ too.
I have.
I mean, AJ was running like a bitch the whole time.
I agree.
Bigger punches.
I agree.
I thought Ruiz landed a lot of body punches, a lot of shots to the body.
Listen, Fu. Regardless of your crazy scorecards, your wacky scorecards,
not crazy.
What I was trying to get at is that
how dare you? How dare you?
I'm sorry. Now, but you can see that Ruiz is an entitled person. He's not a very good planner. Doesn't really live in the same world as we do. Because check this out. This is what he had to say. He says he wants to come back, and he goes, "My hands are good, feeling good. Mentally, spiritually, feeling good, mentally, spiritually. Just my mental acuity, spiritual strength. I'm feeling good. He that's why you can tell he feels good because he said it 5 times. But then he goes, what did he say? That he said, where's the quote? He said, I'm going to go over there and talk to Turkey to get a fight. Like this dude thinks he can just call up Turkey Al-Sheikh after the horrible performance he gave against Jarrell Big Baby Miller last year. He still thinks like, oh yeah, I'm Andy Ruiz. Like, dude, you beat Anthony Joshua 6 years ago. You have done nothing since, and he thinks he can just call up Turkey Al-Sheikh. Hey, Turkey, when can I get into one of those Riyadh season cards?
I mean, he had a broken hand. I'd say that, and then Baby Miller for sure was on steroids. And I thought, he would hit this guy with. Did you see the amount of low blows that Miller hit this guy with? I mean, it was fucking insane that fight. I would go back and watch it. It was crazy. The shit he got away with. But the fight, I think, there's a lot of low blows. But yeah, he did break his hand. But you're right. He is kind of entitled, but maybe in a way he isn't because after he beat AJ, no one wanted to fight him, and they weren't ranking him very high. I guess because he doesn't have 6-pack abs, so they kind of like took a big shit on him. I feel like that's really what happened to him because no one was giving him any real high level fights.
I noticed.
I remember.
This guy knocked out AJ. He was the first guy to do that. Right?
Yeah, hold on. Hold on, Gonzalo. You know who else could have knocked out AJ? This dude, the guy on the left, Deontay Wilder's designer. So let's not make it out to be like, oh my God, Andy Ruiz. Yeah, this dude they're on the same plane. Do you think this dude on the left, he would have gone the distance against Jarrell Big Baby Miller with a broken hand? No, he would have found a way. He would have said, okay, I broke my left. Guess what? I'm throwing that right hand even more now. he would probably.
I mean, you don't want to punch that guy low because you know what's going to happen, right?
He's going to suck
like
you
that.
in.
He's going to like that.
Now, you know what?
My God, big baby, I love it.
Yeah, that's right. If you hit him with an uppercut, it goes into his asshole and he sucks you in with that asshole of his. He'll just like a suction pump. He sucks you into. Yeah, he sucks your fist in.
Yeah, he turns. He fucking he times it. He times it. He does that turn and you're being sucked into the prolapse. My God.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
Gonzalo was gonna say something and you interrupted him with asshole jokes. Go ahead, Gonzalo. What were you gonna say?
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Well, I remember hearing that supposedly nobody wanted to do business with Andy Ruiz any longer.
Good.
That's also happened to him.
Why is that?
Trainers and promotional companies.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit. They just didn't think the Fat Man was very marketable. I think that's really what it was. It's fucked up. He should have got some good fights after that knockout. He fucking knocked out AJ, but he did fuck up with getting fat like that. I mean, the guy was massive. What, 800 pounds?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Like, it wasn't 800. It was more like what, 400 pounds?
Something like that, yeah. But look, listen.
Don't body shame him. Don't body shame him.
Andrew Ruiz is a guy that I'm not all that interested in seeing fight because you don't know which version you're gonna get. There's always an excuse. I didn't train because for some reason I broke my hand. You know, I'm still working on things. I'm feeling good, but then I'm not feeling good. It's like, come on.
He did break his hand. I think the hand did break.
Well, I want to see some evidence. I want to see some evidence.
He did. He showed the X-rays. The hand was shattered down the middle. It's a pretty terrible break.
See that already. I'm skeptical because so much fat. I don't think you can take X-rays of fat people's hands. Well, all that fat. So right there, I'm skeptical.
Yeah, that's true. The fucking guy lied. He lied.
But yeah, listen. Maybe the Turkey Al-Sheikh is an Andy Ruiz fan, and maybe he'll get him back on the Riyadh season cards. All I'm saying is, if I see a Riyadh season card, and I see a Ruiz name on there, I'm gonna think twice about buying it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he was quoted recently after that meeting with Andy Ruiz, Turkey on the check-in. He said more cushion for the pushing.
Oh man, another piece of news here. Another piece of news, and you gotta watch out with women nowadays because they will come after you for your money, or even if they, if they think you have a lot of money and then they find out you don't, they'll still go after what you got. And Devin Haney now. Yeah. He's suing the mother of his daughter for alleged abuse, defamation, and extortion.
Damn, how did he just sues everyone, huh?
I mean,
is he related to Ellie Setback some kind of way?
No, he's a Muslim. No, this guy's a Muslim. So the opposite of
I'm pretty sure he would convert.
Well, this is what's going on. So remember that the mother of his daughter allegedly. She got a restraining order, right? A couple of months ago because she claims Haney pushed her to the ground while she was pregnant and abused her on several occasions. So now Haney is saying that...
I definitely don't believe that. What did he abuse her with? Not his hands, right?
No, definitely not his hands. Bobby Samini, that's Haney's lawyer apparently. Bobby Samini. I think they call him Bobby... He's got a crazy nickname, like a wrestler nickname. That sounds like a wrestler's name, by the way, Bobby Samini. And now coming to the stage, Bobby Samini.
Like Bobby Heenan.
Exactly, yeah, something like that. So he says Devin Haney has lived his life and built his career with integrity, discipline, and respect. I must have missed that one. When did that happen? I must have missed it. The discipline and respecting.
Integrity.
Yeah, integrity. Yeah, waiting around for Kambosos and Lomachenko to negotiate, and then at the last minute go, I'll take that deal. You're too small. Yeah, you're too small. Yeah, that's a lot of integrity right there.
You're too small.
He has worked tirelessly to achieve success through dedication, not shortcuts, and he remains committed to conducting himself with honesty and principle inside and outside the ring. All right, so that's what's going on with old Devin Haney right there.
What a weirdo, huh?
What I'm interested in is this. Listen, women lie, people lie, so who knows? Who knows if he really abused or whatever. But what I'm interested in is how is this going to affect him for the Norman fight? That's the most important thing.
Also, look at his image. Like, this guy just is addicted to destroying his image, right? He's suing his fucking, what was it? His baby mama. He's fucking suing her.
Right.
I mean, that looks like more weakness, doesn't it? This reminds me of the time he was going to sue Ryan for, what was it? A battery. He was going to sue Ryan for a battery.
Wait. So he didn't end up suing him, or what happened there?
I don't think I think he was attempting it, but I don't know. It might be ongoing, but he was trying to sue him for battery. This leaked. I mean, this guy's amazing at destroying his image. He really is. So the smartest thing he probably could do is go out and fight Norman. The only problem is, what if he gets laid out?
Well, you know what people were saying. I remember when the Norman Haney fight was announced, I said I was surprised and shocked that this was happening. And then people, the Haney fans, they're quite vocal, and they said they took offense to it. Oh, like, why? You're surprised? Haney is a real fighter. Look at how he moves. Look at his resume. And I'm thinking, hold on. First of all, if you look at Haney's resume, you look at the guy who's he's led a very calculated career. First of all, they didn't take on Lomachenko, but they pretended like they wanted to. That Lomachenko's avoiding us. They had no intention of fighting Lomachenko back in 2019, all right? But they really sullied Lomachenko's image by claiming Lomachenko docked them. So Lomachenko apparently docked a 21-year-old Haney who was unproven at the time to fight Teofimo Lopez, who was far more proven. Oh my God, that's a duck. Then he starts.
That dude looks like Joe Camel, man. What the hell?
Oh, come on, fool. Come on, man. What's the matter with you today?
He does.
You're vicious.
That or like a turtle with sunglasses on.
Jeez Louise. All right, let me just say this. Haney's led a very calculated career. They wanted him to fight Kambosos, but he didn't. He was asking for a whole bunch of things. Lomachenko came in, said, whatever you want, I'll take it. And then Haney, so he ended up upstaging Haney. So Haney went, whatever deal he wants, I want as well. No, bullshit. You were running circles. Then with Lomachenko too, Lomachenko signed the contract straight away, apparently, according to reports. And Devin Haney was taking his sweet ass time before signing it. Then they want to fight Regis Prograis. Oh, you see, he stepped up against Prograis. Yeah, they only fought Prograis after Prograis looked like shit against Zorrilla. And now I think people are saying, you see, he's stepping up against Norman. He a real one. First of all, he a real one. Yeah. He never should have been in the lightweight division in the first place. Because even back in the 2019s, he was going up to 165. He was rehydrating up to 165 or over 160, even as a lightweight. So he should have been at welterweight way before. So no, I'm not going to give him credit for fighting at welterweight when he should have been there at least 3 years ago. That's number one. Number two, what I'm thinking is the Haneys are very calculated, right? They're looking at Norman's fight against Quinton Randall and against what's the name of the guy who dropped him? Chinchilla or something? I forget the guy's name. Some sort of
Yeah.
What's his name?
Quinton.
Chinchilla.
Chinchilla, whatever. And they're thinking.
Nah, just saying because you're like Chinchilla, you know.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Wow, look at that face there. My God.
It's a calculated move. They're banking on the fact that they can't get any money for that low-level fights that they wanted. You know, they were expecting to get $10 million to fight Sandor Martin and all these guys. The market said, no, you are no longer marketable after what happened against Ryan Garcia because people saw your true colors. And that's why when people say, well, doesn't that mean that he's in the right to sue Ryan Garcia for what happened? No, because apparently the fight never happened. So how the fuck can you sue somebody for something that never happened? So anyway, what I'm saying is he fought a guy his own size, and now people have lost confidence in Devin Haney. And he's thinking now, okay, it's a calculated move. We can go after Brian Norman. We can probably outbox him, and then we'll be back on the top of the world. That's what they're thinking.
You're saying he should like stage a viral video of him knocking out a woman with one punch, where she takes a dive.
Oh, come on, man! I didn't say any of that. I
mean, it helped Shakur Stevenson's career, right? Sort of. He beat up. He didn't really beat up the lady. He kind of hit her in the back of the head. I mean, actually, I don't know how that. I think it did help his career. It did. It like built him as some kind of like criminal, and people seem to like that. Devin Haney, he had himself a video where he hit someone, but it wasn't very impressive. He hit them and they didn't even get hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he needs to start staging viral videos. It's really where it needs to go. Bill, call me up, man.
Oh yeah. Get Food TV on the horn.
Well, we're gonna figure this out, Bill. I know about propaganda. We can do this.
Absolutely. Get Food TV. I can vouch for Food.
Yep.
I can vouch for Food TV, man. He'll get you ready. He'll get you ready.
We'll get some We'll get some propaganda videos out there. Steady flow, huh? Steady flow of Devin Haney laying people out in the street. Big guy coming up to Devin Haney. Crazy. Dude was like 300 pounds. Remember that? And he was like, "Get the fuck out of my face!" And then Haney was like, "You too small." And he lays him out with one punch, clips his chin. The guy fell down.
That's
It
exactly
didn't
how
happen
it
yet,
happened.
but in the future.
No, that's exactly
Well,
how it
maybe not
happened.
say that part.
Well, listen,
That's what they would do, right? They would make it look too fake. They would kind of point towards the person who's filming, who they don't know. Obviously, it's a guy with a phone who's watching this whole thing. Right. And Devin Haney turns to the camera and he says, "You're too small." And then he turns back to the big guy and boom, lays him out with with phantom.
You know what? Maybe that's why the whole drama with his girlfriend started. Maybe she told him once, "You're too small." You know how we are, exactly. Men. We can be very vain, and when it comes to the size,
but it's the fro. It's the fro he has down there.
Maybe. And by the way, I wanted to bring this up because I'm done. I don't get any more subjects here, but I am interested in. I was watching your show yesterday, Fu, and you were playing another Tim Bradley video. First of all,
yes.
He looked. I can't play it here because I don't have it, but he looked like he was on something. And that's what I don't understand.
I could probably give it to you if you want. Let me see if I can.
Maybe. Don't bust your back over it. But why? Here's the thing I'm interested in. Why is it that every time Tim Bradley's on ESPN or talking boxing, he's speaking normally, but then when he's in his car by himself, all of a sudden he turns into an Afro-Anglo from the 1900s. Ooh, lordy. Is he joking or is he? Because he looks bad. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I think he's trying to compensate for something because he grew up decently. Or I think he's got like a military family and all that. All right, give me a second. I got all this shit running. My got a program that's going insane here. Give one more.
Forget about it.
So he tries to compensate for that. He's all like, woo, woo. Like he turns into like
security in high school.
He turns into like a fat black lady from like the Nutty Professor.
Exactly. It looks. Either he gets. I think. You know what I think happens. I think he can't stand. I think he can't stand his wife. Number one, now that he's retired, and he's no longer working as much as he used to on ESPN. Because the gigs are done. So I think he spends a lot of time at home. He can't stand the wife. So what he does is he pretends. Oh, I got to run some errands. He goes on in the car. He drinks. And that's when, and once he drinks, he gets all fired up and he starts doing videos, and that's why he's acting all erratic. But what the other thing I don't understand is
he's doing what I do. Shit, just kidding.
Exactly. Yeah. He stole your tricks, but
he stole my fucking idea. Drunk boxing. Not kidding.
But why does he start talking like a guy from the 1900s from the South? Like, ooh, look at this, snack product. Ooh, oxygen. Ooh, it's like, come on, It looks like he's doing a parody of like a former slave or something.
Yes.
It's
weird. Racist. That's what it is.
It is racist. And how come nobody's calling him out on it?
He's doing a YouTube minstrel show.
How come nobody's calling him out on it?
Yeah, I know exactly. I think black people should be extremely embarrassed at Tim Bradley. They should probably get him kicked off of YouTube. I'm just saying.
I'm not Afro-Anglo, and I'm insulted.
They shouldn't do that. Tim can stay. He is funny.
Yeah. No cancellation.
I need that content.
But I'm not saying he should be canceled. But
because Timothy Bradley, he's got good points when it comes to narrating on the telecast. But when it comes to like his personal videos on, one-on-one on a different platform, he goes on these, especially with Crawford, he goes on these crazy takes. That's not the dude that I'm watching in the telecast. That makes more sense.
He's like, guys, I just woke up at 3 a.m. I had a dream. Canelo's getting knocked out. He going to sleep.
Yeah, man, listen.
That's a Bradley video there in a nutshell.
I'm not saying he should be canceled, but what I'm saying is somebody from the community, somebody from the culture should put him aside and go, listen, the fuck you doing? You're making us look bad here.
You're making us look bad.
Yeah, it's as if I come on the air and I start going, hey, what's going on? La familia, and I start laying it on thick. I go, come on, it's disingenuous, and it even sounds like you're making fun of the people whose accent you're recreating. So it's uncouth, is what I'm saying, and unchristian even.
Yeah,
probably.
It's fucking disgusting. Sorry for cursing. This is a morning show.
That's okay. Listen. Hey, well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I think people are. When you warm up in the morning, now you're ready to curse. So we're way past 6, 7 in the morning. So yeah, you can curse.
We're ready to curse.
Yeah,
we're ready to curse. Look, I got a clip here for you. Let's see if I can put it in the comments.
Mm-hmm,
Hopefully this. Wait, I just dump it in there. Right.
Hey, when you're doing your streams and everything, if you do too much stuff, does your PC start slowing down?
Yeah, for sure. If you
Even with that, because I heard
you
you say that you had a super powerful GPU or whatever. Even with that, it's still you can still fuck up the.
Well, I have a very high-end CPU and some of the stuff, but yeah, you could overload your system. And I'm an idiot the way I built my racks. They're maybe a little too overbuilt. Like I didn't really. I should have really been a little more conservative with the way I built them. So, and then I run the stuff at 4K. I've had to actually cut it down slightly when it comes to the resolution because I have so much stuff. Yeah, and I loaded them instead of putting them in scenes. I put them all together. I put them all together. Okay. Like that was not smart. But that's the way I build a show. I don't know if when you watch it, you see how the stuff kind of seamlessly moves around. And to do that, I have to build these massive stacks. If you cut them up into scenes, it just doesn't look as smooth the way the stuff moves around.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember
you will have issues.
When we started this show, I remember I used to be able to put, this was 2017. I remember I used to be able to put more stuff on the screen without everything lagging and all that. And now maybe, I don't know, maybe it's clogged up the computer or something. I don't know. But
did you go into your settings and change the priorities? Like where your CPU takes the OBS as the priority over.
You know what?
Else?
I've done that when I edit. I haven't done that with OBS, so maybe that's the problem.
I give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain things. You also might need more RAM, possibly.
Listen, this is turning into PC Gaming Magazine or something. Let's get back to the boxing. Do you have the clip there that you talked about?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to add it. Does this have like a limitation on the size of these clips?
I believe it does. Yeah.
This might. Let me see. I'm going to see what.
You don't have the link to the video?
Well, I mean, if you could show my screen, I could put it up on my screen, and then you just put it in the stream. Like I have the video here.
Oh, you have the video? Yeah,
because we're in the Discord. I can add my screen, and then you could.
Oh yeah, I think I can do that. Yeah. Well, actually, let me just open up Discord here on OBS, because then. Yeah, for some reason I can't capture Discord anymore. What the fuck?
Hey, BDA, what do you see? Crawford doing well.
Give me 1 second. Do you see my screen there, BDA? Where I have this guy up on there?
Let me just see.
I'm gonna project it again. Give me a second.
Yeah.
You see it in the Discord?
Yeah, I see it. Okay, now let me just because for some reason I can't capture Discord here. Yeah, what the fuck? Every time I want to capture Discord now, I gotta create a new new thing.
Sucks.
What do I do? Is it window capture?
What do you do? Do you do display capture? I would do display capture. It makes it a
but
little
then it
easier
captures everything, though. Yeah.
But it'll just show. I mean, a display capture just. Well, actually, I don't know exactly how you're doing it, but I think display's better just because you can cut it down. But I mean, how many? I mean, we don't want to get all technical over here. I could talk to you about it later.
Yeah, I think display capture.
The methods I use for it.
Oh no, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was always using. No, that's not it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds here. You really don't have the you don't have the link there to the video?
I have the video itself, but I have to load it into Discord. It might actually be too big. I'll tell you right now, because it's pretty important. Or I can kind of, you can maybe find it. I can see it there.
I managed. I got it. I got it right here. All right. So if you wanna,
I'll press play.
Hold on. Let me see if I got the audio on it.
All right, play this stuff right here is
okay. We hear it. Fantastic. All right.
All right. Okay. So this is really important, people. This is Tim Bradley, drug abuser and drug seller.
No. Hold on. No. That's Foos TV's opinion that he's a drug abuser.
I mean,
what are you doing, man? You're gonna get sued.
I mean, come on. Okay. He's not a drug abuser, but I mean, he loves snacks. The guy has changed. These snacks have changed his life for the not in a good way. I wouldn't say.
All right, let's hear this.
This ain't looking too good for this guy. We're gonna see it right now. This crazy, people.
So this stuff right here is gonna help you produce more red blood cells. So when you see them guys with the mask on and they breathing in there and they like basically in high altitude with Lex oxygen,
what Lex oxygen?
Look at his eyes.
What the hell's that word?
Look at his eyes.
He's crazy, people. He's gone insane.
Guess what this product gonna do?
It's gonna help increase.
It's gonna make your dick bigger.
Your red blood cell production.
Buy this shit.
Help increase your red
Just increase
blood
your
cell
size.
production. Guess what? This product gonna do? It's gonna help increase your red blood cell production.
Like I could totally imagine this guy in the gym just coming up to you like, "Hey, boy, you a fighter? You a fighter? I got something that can help you out. Come back here. Just come back here. I talk to you. But
hold on.
I got some stuff in my bag.
Is he making fun of black people? That's the way it's coming off across?
Yeah, of course he is. Of course he is.
But
look, he puts the bottle on the fucking screen like that. Come on, man.
Yeah, and then the eyes too. Look at his eyes. He's blocking the eyes.
He looks insane. Why are his eyes bulging out of his head? Is he trying to be the new showbiz or something?
Maybe.
That's what this gonna do right here.
Look what he does with his eyes. You see that?
Yeah, that's
this
true.
Shit is creepy. I told you he's high on his own supply.
This right here gonna do it for you.
So this stuff right here is gonna help you. This stuff right here is gonna help you. So this stuff right here is so this stuff right here is so this stuff right here is going right here stuff right here stuff right here is gonna help you.
Fool, what are you doing, man?
Produce more red blood cells. So when you see them guys with the mask on and they breathing in there and they like.
There you go. He's like, so when you use the pump, and you know,
he sounds like a guy from the 1900s trying to describe astronauts. So when they go up in space, you see, they got the engine and get the machine. Oh Lord, they doing some magic. What the fuck?
They got things. They got things. They got stuff. This shit gonna make you strong.
This ain't gonna take you
to the moon.
Yeah, this is.
It's gonna make.
Like he looks like one of those dudes in the barbershop with Eddie Murphy that did and Mark Lawrence.
Yeah, listen, somebody.
He's a caricature. He's a black caricature. The guy is a disgrace to his people. Just kidding.
Listen,
just kidding. No,
listen. Anybody Afro-Anglo, any Afro-Anglo that's listening to, even if you're not Afro-Anglo, if you're an Afro-Franco, go tell this guy, look, listen. Yeah, this is coming across. You're setting back the movement 20 years, man, or more, with this stuff.
For sure.
Play it with sound again, please. I want to hear that voice, because just so people know that we're not making it up.
Look how he's waving that bottle around. Okay. Look, I'm gonna bring it back up. I didn't want to interrupt you. All right, here we go, people. This is really important. This breaking fucking news, people. Tim Bradley, he's not the same guy anymore. I thought I knew him.
Stuff right here is gonna help you produce more red blood cells. So when you see them guys with the mask on and they breathing in there and they like breathing in there and they breathing in there and they like basically in high altitude.
Breathing. You don't even want to use the word breathing.
Breathing.
With Lex Oxygen.
Lex Oxygen? Is that a word? Lex Oxygen?
Guess what? This product gonna do? Guess what? This product gonna do? It's gonna help increase your red blood cell production.
Yeah, he's changed.
Your increase.
He wasn't like
your
this.
Red blood cell.
Okay.
Your red blood cell increase. It's gonna help increase your red blood cell. Help increase. They're gonna do.
That's enough, man. That's enough. I can't take this, man. This dude is setting back the movement 34 years, man. What do you guys think that is? Do you think Manny Pacquiao? This is the Manny Pacquiao or Prodovnikov fights? They made him nuts.
No. Oh yeah, for sure. That and being married to that woman he was married to. Actually, this isn't the only video I have. Do you want to see the other one? There's two videos. The other one's even worse than this one. Yeah, the other one's even worse. It's pretty bad, man. It gets real bad.
All right, yeah, put it up. Let's see this. By the way, this is all. You can catch all of this on Food TV's channel, the real Food TV. This is where I caught this.
Oh yeah.
This is where I caught this,
and
I don't know.
In-depth breakdown of Tim Bradley's
I ask
mental illness.
Where do you get these videos? Do you go to his Instagram page or YouTube, or where are these videos getting posted?
I'm subscribed to his page, so I get notifications to all the latest amazing Tim Bradley content.
Hey,
but I do follow him. Just what?
Don't that video. Don't take it off. Hold on. I want to show people. Look at this. When you pause, look at that. In any point of that video, if you pause that video at any point, Tim Bradley does not look like a normal person. He looks like he's unhinged. He's on something.
He looks like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, look at that. Eyes wide open. Look at how far his eyebrows are from his eyes. Like he's lifting that shit up all the way. Like he looks like Pennywise the Clown.
He does. He looks insane. He's
Holy
losing
smokes.
it, man. Bob was telling me that shit might have a lot of caffeine in it. He's like, I just took all these pills.
Yes. Like a guy trying to commit suicide with pills. He just took all of them. Try to lose weight or something.
Damn.
I don't know.
I mean, look what he says here. I mean, he's mentally ill, people. He's fucking mentally ill.
That's not.
I just realized if you double click it, it shows the whole. I mean, look at the look. He looks like one of the demons from the movie The Gate. You ever saw The Gate?
The Gate. Was that the one with Demi Moore or no? Which one was?
No. It's an old. Well, give me a second. In New York City, there was a channel called this Channel 11. They used to have this thing called Shocktober, and they would show like older films. This wasn't that old. It was like from the 1980s, and they'd always just show The Gate, and it was about some kids that like. Because back in the 80s, people were obsessed with like communicating with the dead or demons or whatever, because whole satanic panic.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this film, they like I think they played like a record or something backwards, and they opened a portal to hell.
And there's stop motion.
And the demons came out. The what?
They're little demons, right? Like stop motion animation demons, or no?
Yeah. They look. I think that's where Silent Hill got those things from. They look like baby demons. But those demons, they look a lot like Dubois or Tim Bradley.
Didn't they make a second one? A second game?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. It was all right. It was pretty good. The first one's the best one. But I actually have a picture I want to show you guys of you could just keep it there because I'm just going to put it in front of the screen so you guys can see this. This is really important. This is Tim Bradley. I mean, it's pretty crazy what he's become, people. Give me a moment. I got to actually capture
Or maybe he was always that guy. And it's just because we didn't hear from him a lot. He would just fight. But maybe he was always this guy. I don't know.
This is truly what he is. All right. Give me a second. Let me
he's
show you
true.
guys.
Sounds
Really
right up
important.
the
I mean, this is nuts. Breaking news, people. Mayor Khan.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's going on safari. Is he going to go hunting giraffes or something? What the fuck?
You know what he looks like? That tranny boxer? I thought he looks just like that guy.
Oh.
He might that might actually be what's that dude's name again? The Ilya, whatever the hell.
Big Dickers. I don't know.
Iman Khalif. Anyway, that's Tim Bradley. Give me a second. I'm going to show you what Tim Bradley actually looks like. There it is, people.
Come on,
Bradley.
man. Come on.
He got the little arms. I'm a demon. Anyway, look. Let me show you this guy. Let me show you this.
Fucking
this this a bad boy right here, man. This ain't no joke.
That's right.
This
he turned into Bill Cosby. He turned into Bill Cosby. What the fuck? Yeah.
Is he trying to sound like an animal?
Okay, foo, come on, man. Weren't you gonna show something else?
Bad boy right here, man. This ain't no joke. This.
All right. There.
Weren't you gonna show something else, man?
Oh, wait. What was I gonna show?
I think you said, let me show you something else, and then you just went back to this.
No. This is the other video. He goes, this?
Oh, okay. You chopped it up, yeah.
That's pretty fucking racist.
It looks like he should be in that. Play that again, and let me play some jungle sounds.
Oh my god, yeah, he's going. Ooh. No, that's that shit. You know what's crazy? The fact that I just realized you can put this in full screen. I've been having that dumbass thing on the bottom of the screen.
That's all right.
This a bad boy right here, man. This ain't no joke. This.
I mean, come on, look at that, man. What's he doing?
This a bad boy right here, man. This.
I can't. You know what? I'm gonna find this clip, or if you can post or whatever, and I'm gonna watch it nonstop because this is outrageous. The other thing I want to. I hate to make requests. I'm always requesting stuff when I'm on the chat on your show. But do you have that clip of the Showbiz clip with the Friday the 13th track on the background?
I think I have it around here somewhere.
Let me see if I can find it first. Quick. Let me see if I can go to your. Maybe I can go to your channel and find it first.
I don't think I have that in a short. I played that during my streams.
But that's what I'm saying. I think
I have it somewhere around here.
All right, but let me.
I might have sent it to you at some point. Let me see if I could type in my search engine to see if I find it.
By the way, I'm just getting messages here from Top Rank. Just put up a video that's a compilation of fighters getting knocked out for the first time. That's it. That's how. This is the same organization that doesn't let you use their clips, and that's what they're coming up with. Like, oh, the first time they got knocked out, the first time they got hit by a jab, the first time. I mean, come on, what are they doing?
Well, that's why they're probably restricting your ability to do that.
What's going on now? Wait, hold on.
I don't know,
hey,
guys.
Don't play that song. Don't play that song, man.
This.
Yeah, don't play that song because it's gonna get us. Don't you get copyrighted when you play that track?
No. A lot of times, movie scores, they don't give you a hit for it. I've actually played this many times on my show.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but maybe they'll hurt your channel. Maybe.
I'm going through your old streams because I remember you played it not that long ago. The video I'm talking about. You're always going after.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
you're going after Showbiz all the time, though. You come on, you gotta give the guy. Oh, by the way, Showbiz has been he started questioning Snack and Terence Crawford. Yeah, and he started framing it as, "Hey, listen, I'm protecting Terence Crawford because if he beats Canelo, people are gonna bring up Snack, and then people started attacking him, calling him a coon. How come you don't bring up Canelo?" And then Showbiz just said, "All right, you know what? You guys are right. I'm never gonna," like he was being sarcastic, obviously. "I'm never gonna bring him up. You're right. There's nothing fishy going on with Conte and Crawford. That's it. I'm done talking about it." So people are attacking him for no reason. He's just bringing something up. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's doing damage control for them.
Oh,
I think you might have saw that video I did where I brought up that damage control that he's doing that these people don't understand because they're like calling him a coon. He's a coon.
Now you are convinced.
Why are you bringing this up?
Do you think in all seriousness, do you think he watches a lot of YouTubers and that you're one of them, so he can pick up ideas?
I think he does.
Have you ever caught him?
Because I've heard some of the wordage I used. I've heard some of just the stuff he was talking about. Because I, in a way, defended him, and he brought up the exact stuff and quotes of these guys. Because I brought up basically a Black Rod channel, and the guy was shitting on Showbiz, and I was like, bro, look, he's doing damage control for your boyfriend. So, like, why are you crying? Like, he's doing everything you would want him to do if you're a fan of Terence Crawford. You know?
Wait, who was badmouthing?
Yeah, he said, huh?
Who was badmouthing Showbiz?
Some guy named, I think his name was Bruce Vane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's the name of his channel. And so he was badmouthing him, saying that, why are you even bringing this up? We already know that Bud's not on anything, so you don't have to say he's a clean fighter. We know he's a clean fighter. It's like, that kind of shit. Which, I mean, that guy's a retard. He just doesn't understand that his IQ is lower than Showbiz.
Oh, wait a minute.
And not to say that Showbiz has the highest IQ ever. Obviously, we have.
Oh, wait a minute. IQ. You're insulting two people at the same time. What's the matter with you?
All right. I'm sorry, Showbiz. I love you.
I'm trying to look for, in the meantime, I'm buying time here because I'm trying to look for through your stream, one of your old streams.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Hey, look at this. I just found a clip. I found a clip where I think this might be it, though. I think this might be the stream, but I just found in a part of your stream where you're playing another Team Bradley video. Let's have a look.
On Showbiz in there?
Right here. This my boy. This the one to hang out with me real quick. Check him out. Yeah, I got your ass.
I mean, come on. He's putting on that voice again.
Oh, look at my boy.
He turns into Bill Cosby. Oh, the pudding. When you put the pudding with the spoon.
He tries to get all Southern, eh?
Yeah, and then, like it sounds to me like he's inebriated. That's what it's. I'm not saying he's a drunkard and that he's driving drunk. What I'm saying is he sounds. I've been around.
Oh, guess what? I found the video.
Oh,
damn it! I found it. I'm amazing. Let's see this.
Hold on. Holy shit! Yeah, let me. I want to. hold on. Rewind it because it's not up on the screen. Rewind it from the beginning.
No, it's there. It's there. It's at the perfect part.
Okay, this was one of the first things I saw on Fu's channel, and I was laughing myself. Check this out. Hold on. I'll tell you. Okay, there you go. You can play it now, man.
I mean, God, look at those eyes. That guy's definitely not on drugs ever, right?
How did you? did you come up with this, man?
I don't know, but I have some more videos in mind. I'm gonna be putting out.
Okay, listen, I get that he understands the eye thing. That's why he does it. But his eyes look red there. His eyes look red, like he's angry or something. like he's ready to attack.
I think he had just gotten up. Oh yeah. That guy's dangerous. What's up with all that smoke in the house?
Come on, that's not. Come on. You added that smoke. Come on. But
No comment.
you know what that smoke's on? Because he just got summoned. Somebody just summoned him, and that's it created a lot of sulfur. So that's what happened. Play that back. Play that back. That's after you're done with the incantation in Latin, and then this is what happens. He jumps out of the circle, out of the pentagram. Look at that. That's how he starts his videos, right? I think he just starts his videos. He goes, "Whoa, it's me, showbiz."
Oh wait, it's creepy. It's fucking creepy, right?
Well, I didn't say it was creepy.
I gotta get the perfect eye image.
Holy smokes! Look at that. Yeah, but I don't understand when people start calling him a racist and this and that. The guy is, in fact, this is what I don't get. People accuse him of being a fence-sitter, and then the next day they'll accuse him of being biased. Well, which one is it? Is he a fence-sitter, or is he biased, or is he taking sides, or isn't he taking sides? And which one is it? People can make up their minds about showbiz. Leave the guy alone. He's trying to have a good time.
He is flip-flopping. He is flip-flopping on that Crawford-Canelo fight. Because I think originally he said Canelo was going to win it. Right? But that vain guy that made the video around him about him, that shit was super racist. But then he's going to say, "You a coon. Oh, you got to kiss Mexican ass." This is what the guy said because he's married. I guess he's married to a Mexican.
But what's wrong with kissing?
Kiss that Mexican ass.
What's wrong with kissing Mexican ass if Afro-Anglos run boxing? That's what they always say. So what? Just kiss some Mexican ass to try to balance things out a little bit. What's wrong with that?
But I think he's trying to make it out like he's saying Canelo's going to win because his wife is Mexican. That's the face he has to give her. This is look. Did you see that picture, that video I showed you? That's him trying to hold in. And, his wife is asking him, "Who's going to win?" And he's trying to hold in his response. He wanted to say Crawford, but he had a kiss. He's like
he's eating ass.
He is.
I got to tell you, we got Sobers jumping in. We're almost done here, Sobers. But let me just, while we're here, let me just play this video here. We're going meta here. We got Food TV and we're watching Food TV videos. And we're commenting on Food TV, commenting on videos. So again, we're going very deep into this issue. But again, this is Tim Bradley. Sounds like he's on something, by the way. Sounds like he opened up a jar or something of, something. The opposite of the sun, the moon.
Of marmalade.
None. Well, the opposite of the sun, right?
No, he got real southern all of a sudden. He got this black accent that I never heard. When he was at, what I'm saying? He never had this accent when he didn't have this accent when he was telling everybody that he didn't experience any racism at Top Rank after Crawford sued them for racism. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was right there doing his little interview, speaking real properly. I never experienced any racism at Top Rank. Everyone treated me like a person, and you know what I mean? And now he's like, "Hey, y'all, just have y'all with me up in here, man." Like, where's this accent come from?
It's not even. It's even worse. Weird. It's even worse. He sounds like Bill Cosby now, and you can tell
it's like a caricature.
Yeah, watch your drinks.
I mean, let's listen to a little bit of this.
Look, real quick, man. I'm about to drop my dogs off to the damn get their little.
You know what I'm talking about. Go drop the dogs off
and shit. This shit crazy and shit.
Oh shit.
These motherfucking dogs and shit. I gotta get these motherfuckers out my car and shit.
LeBron right here. This my boy. This the one to hang out with me real quick. Check him out.
This my road dog. See, look, he's not even black, bro. He should have said, "This my road dog." You know what I mean?
Exactly. This is my killer right here. It's my killer.
It's my road dog.
Like he's crying now. See, that's the mark of a guy who's inebriated. He's angry, and then he's sad, and then he's laughing.
Hall of Famer. Yeah, it's early in the morning. Damn right it is. Look, real quick, man. I'm about to drop my dogs off to the damn get their little wash and stuff in the morning. But anyways, yeah, this LeBron right here.
But why? See how he all of a sudden he starts missing syllables. Why got the dog drop at the pound? It's like what? Before it was I'm gonna drop the dog off at the pound. Now it's go. You know how we do. We gotta drop the dog off at the pound. You know what I mean? We gonna drop the dog. I said, come on, man.
He didn't start talking like that, BDA. He didn't start talking like that until he started hanging out with Andre Ward, bro.
And you know Andre
Ward had a white daddy, right? He had a white daddy.
He's half Irish.
He's trying to pretend that he'd be like, dude, that guy's fucking annoying. Andre Ward is like a big ass fucking Floyd Mayweather, isn't he?
No kidding.
There's all these stupid ass faces. Yeah. I feel like he idolizes Floyd. It's disgusting. You're a grown man.
Of course he does. Of course he does. And then the people.
He does all the same slack jawed shit as Floyd. And you know Floyd also is a spoiled bitch as well.
And by the way, people are always talking about how Andre Ward beat. People are always talking about how Andre Ward beat Kovalev. He beat Kovalev. I don't know if he beats Kovalev without those Irish genes, that Irish toughness. Look at that. There's his father right there.
He looks exactly like his dad, bro. He got the same face, just a sick ass tan, you know?
Yeah.
Which is from the mother. Like Drake, just gayer.
Ah, come on, wait a minute, what? He does have that long Irish.
This me and my dad.
I was dropping my
dad. Looks like Mickey Rourke. He looks like Mickey Rourke, doesn't he? His dad?
A little bit.
Oh, I would say he has a long face. He looks more like that dog.
He looks like Mr. Ed.
He does. He looks a little bit like Max Kellerman, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
My boy, this the one to hang out with me real quick. Check him out. Yeah, I got your ass.
Real quick.
You should watch the video where he did the breakdown of I forget the fucking fight, where he's like, I was busy. I gotta take some clips from that. He said, oh, I watched that. I watched some. I think it was the Usyk Fury, the second fight. Tim Bradley's on there, and this is funny because Tim Bradley at one point had said that he thought that Tyson Fury was one of the greatest heavyweights who ever did it.
Yeah.
And then you see Usyk wipe the floor with him in the second fight. Tim Bradley's like, I watched a little bit of it. Last night, but I was busy. Like he was all angry. Like, why are you angry?
You know what he was busy.
Your job.
You know what he was busy doing? Dropping off the dog at the pound. No, loady.
I was dropping my dogs off and shit. Yeah, motherfucker. And I'm not involving anything.
All right,
no damn.
He's itching
Frank
his
in the comments says,
you should look at that one. He's like, I was busy.
Yeah. Man, I had a dream that Devin.
He turned into Martin Luther King. I have a dream, but he's drunk as fuck. All right, let's see.
Dream.
Tim Bradley on Fury Usyk 2, right? The second fight?
Yeah, I think it was the second fight. He had done like a post-fight kind of thing. Hopefully it was in his home. I think
or in his car. Because if it's not in his car, I don't want to watch it.
I think this was in like his office. His at-home office.
His office is his car, man. What are you talking about? That's his office, his car.
I think sometimes he's in his house.
His car smells like a dog in moonshine. That's what it smells like in there. Same as his office.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And unwashed ass. Don't forget that.
All right, come on, sobers, come on. What's the matter with you?
Well, he admits he don't shower. You know what I'm saying? He admits he don't shower before fights. And then he didn't even offer an explanation. He just kind of did like 1,000-yard stare, and he was like, "Yeah, I just don't shower. I don't know."
Yeah, so, I can't find the video here. Right? Nothing's coming up with.
If your job can't even get you to shower, bro, yeah, he's not taking a shower on the regular. Come on.
Yeah, it's an old one, man. Maybe I'll see if I can find it.
These videos, and
it's one of those weird ones. I think he was being interviewed.
What are y'all talking about?
You know what? I think I might have got. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. Maybe it's the Ryan one, but I feel like it was the Usyk Fury fight.
I think
it was the Usyk. He might be pulling some of those videos down.
Oh yeah, I would do the same thing if I was sounding like him, all drunk and shit. Allegedly drunk, I should say. Allegedly drunk in his car, abusing his dog. I mean, come on. But
sexually assaulting it.
Not. Come on, man. Come on. What's going on here?
We don't know where his hands are at. That whole video. You know what I'm saying? We just know they're behind the dog.
Play my game, yeah. You want to play? I'll play with you. We'll play hard too.
I mean, I gotta tell you, that's Timothy Bradley with his dog.
Oh man.
But I'm gonna start watching his videos now. I'm not on Instagram. I'm gonna go on Instagram just for Tim Bradley and his fucking bizarre and unique rants that he does in his car.
Is he on Instagram?
I don't know. I would assume so. Where else is he streaming this? Twitter?
He has a YouTube channel.
First of all, he shouldn't be allowed to have any type of channel. I think the court should put a stop to that right away. If he's, I'm telling you, he's setting back the black movement 40 years with his fucking antics. We got oxygen in it. This is disgusting, man. Sobers. I was saying earlier that's if I come on the air and I start going, hey, órale campeón, we got the chelas over here, bien frescas, cabrón. It's like, come on, that'd be disrespectful because not that nobody speaks that way, but if I don't speak that way, then why would I do that? It sounds like I'm making fun of it, and he's doing the exact same thing.
Like you're leaning into it. It's like you're putting an act. That that was really you, like the Gons, like when it's the Gons talking like that, there's Gonzalo being Gonzalo. But if you just start doing that all of a sudden, it's like, okay, like what are you doing? Are you?
Yeah, Gonzalo's got a thicker.
It's like Quags coming out and doing that.
Gonzalo's got a thicker.
It's like Quags getting up there like, hey, yo, hey.
He starts doing a Gonzalo accent like out of nowhere.
Gonzalo has a thicker accent because he lived in Mexico more than I did, and he didn't move to a place where you got to learn fucking different languages. I mean, in Mexico, they already teach you English; it's a second language, so it's a different thing.
All right, BDA.
It's a different situation.
You have to, you're not.
No one said anything about your accent, BDA.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm you know what it is? I'm upset over Bradley's antics. That's what I'm upset about. People think that I'm culturally indifferent or whatever. No. Sorry, Bob. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's just that you don't hear me talking about such things. It's a boxing channel, but this, my friends, is disrespectful, and I think Tim Bradley should apologize or at least stop doing what he's doing.
Can you, BDA? Is it possible to appropriate your own culture?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because that's what it seems like. I'm looking at
you do it all the time.
Timothy Bradley here.
I'm kidding. You know what?
True, you're right.
I'm on the Instagram and I see a bunch of Tim Bradley videos here. Let's see what he puts up on Instagram.
Firemen.
There you are.
That's right, Coach. We are firemen. We live in the heat.
All right, so the first video I click on, he already sounds like he's drunk. Look at that. He's like,
firemen.
There you are.
That's right, Coach. We are firemen.
Doesn't he sound like he's slurring a little bit there? The way he's leaning back and forth, like he's got no balance. You see that he's got no equilibrium. Look at him. He's about to fall off his seat. Look at that. Look, see? Look, see? He's trying to remain in position.
He almost fell out the chair. He had to catch himself.
He did get his ass whipped a bunch of times. We have to.
His hands, BDA were like gripping the table to stop himself from falling. You couldn't see. He's like, oh shit.
He was all.
He's like Showbiz. He rocks his head back all the time.
Nah, come on, leave Showbiz alone. Come on.
The corner by you, man. Anyways, I was on the receiving end. You know what happened after that, right?
Only since you brought it up. You know the crazy thing about that?
What?
You were talking earlier. You said, Coach, I've been.
Oh, Teddy Atlas doesn't sound sober either. My goodness. You know what I thought. You know what I told you that night, right? You remember that night what I told you? It's like, what the fuck?
I'm not coming yet.
Oh, come on.
Following some of your stuff, in Saudi Arabia, all that stuff. So my son still thinks about you and still says to me, like, we get off the plane, we get to Saudi Arabia, halfway around.
We get to Saudi Arabia. I mean, I don't know what these people are talking about.
My favorite guy to hear talk is Holyfield. He's like, no. He like repeats himself.
Come on. Leave Holyfield alone, man. Come on.
Once Canelo's gone, once Crawford decides to hang him up, once Inoue decides to hang him up, I mean, who do we have to hold on?
What?
Who's getting hung?
Nah. No, what? Did he say that? Hold on.
Canelo's gone.
Gone. He said gone. Come on.
No, look.
Once Canelo's gone.
Hey, he said gone.
Canelo's gone? He got it gone.
Once Crawford decides to hang him up.
But see how he's got a little bit of, okay, now, look at how he's talking. And then compare and contrast that to when he's in his car with open jars of something in there. All of a sudden, compare and contrast how he speaks there and how he speaks now. Now he sounds composed. He's got some enunciation going, proper enunciation. Yes. The other one's like, oh, I won't take a dog to the pound. We're going to go to the...
What's in a way?
What about this? What do you call this accent? I got it over here, BDA, on my screen. I'm going to show you something.
Really, come on. I don't want to make fun of Holyfield. Come on.
No, just for 1 second. It's important.
Right. Hey, bro. Holyfield is a national treasure.
Yeah, because he's from Georgia. That's why.
That's right.
Well, this is what Tim Bradley is trying to sound like. This is what I'm saying.
All right, let's hear it.
He has quick hands. He will hit. Why y'all ain't checking for silver? I say.
All right, go for the food. Come on.
He has quick hands. He will hit. Why y'all ain't checking? He has quick hands. He will hit. Why?
Well, checking for silver. Who's he talking? Who's he talking about?
I don't appreciate
it. He's talking about Canelo doing stairs. But yeah, that's what Crawford's trying to sound. Not Crawford. This is what Tim Bradley's trying to sound like. You get that southern, that sweet southern voice.
That Georgia, yeah. Southern Georgia.
He can't pull it off. He just can't do it. He's a little bitch.
As they hang him up, I mean, who do we have to hold on to, guys?
He looks like who's that next female to male transition.
Who's the next coming?
Guys, like, who's that next coming?
Who's that next coming?
Who's going to be the next Canelo? Like, we're missing that, man. So, like, while Crawford is here, let's continue to give him his flowers. While Canelo is here, let's continue to give him his flowers, because once they're gone, man, boxing's going to be kind of dead. I'm not.
Oh, it started to come out a little bit there. You see it? Boxing's going to be dead. He started going to another octave there.
Because once they're gone, man, boxing's going to be kind of dead.
Boy.
All right, well, listen. That's all we got here for today. Tim, if Tim Bradley, if somebody gets this to him, he's got to stop making fun of his own people, man. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know. Just as long as he puts a stop to it, that's all I care about. That's all we're interested in. We're going to keep our eyes on him. That's the thing. If he keeps this up, we're going to start doing something. We're going to march. That's what we're going to do. We're going to march. Sobers, Fu, and Gonzalo and me, we're going to march. Yeah. And it ain't going to be pretty.
This shit is you can't be painting people like caricatures over here, Bradley.
Absolutely.
What are you, racist?
Exactly. Thank you, Fu. You said it in a nice and concise and precise way. He's doing caricatures. And we don't go for that type of stuff over here at BD Boxing.
It's disgusting. Disgusting.
Well, listen, with all of that said, I want to give a shout out to Gonzalo, The Real Food TV, Sobers. Although I only give Sobers half a hi or a thanks because he got here late. Didn't get here on time.
He did.
I don't know what he was doing.
Disgusting.
I don't want to know what he was doing.
Were up to. Did you see the karaoke show we did the other day? It was pretty impressive.
I didn't catch it. You guys were actually singing on that or what?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Oh yeah, I was singing Bye Bye Bye.
He said, "I'm gonna do more of them, man. I'm gonna do more of them." I'm telling you, I'm gonna do more. Hey, what was funny? What actually sucked is after the show was pretty hilarious. There was a big drama with Gonzalo. And that dude was going crazy. Gonzalo wanted advice, and there was this guy back there that was like flamingly gay. And he was like, "Yeah." he was a nice guy.
He what? I didn't hear you. What did he say?
He screamed. He screamed that like he was like screaming at Gonzalo. Gonzalo's like asking for some advice, and the guy's like, "Can I fucking talk? Let me fucking talk."
What the fuck?
I thought that was your buddy.
No, he's a good guy. I don't know him. He watches the shows, but he came in there for the first time. He came into the Discord, and I was like, "Huh, this is interesting." I mean, the guy. I think it was the
second time, bro, but he was there for a long time. The second time, and
he's got great singing voice.
He fits in. He fits right in, I guess.
I mean, he should come
Is that
back.
A compliment
that was amazing.
Is that a compliment?
That shit was funny.
In?
He does fit in.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
I mean, look, the show, the nature of the show is that it's dysfunctional. So, I mean, it's fun. Yeah.
All right, now, Fu. You sound like you're on the inside the actor studio or something. Like you're delving into the methodology of the show. You know, the show is actually quite sophisticated once you look at it. No, it's not. It
really is.
On the surface, it's very on the surface level, really idiotic and shallow. But
oh, come on.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it that people are missing. Yeah.
Yes, it is. We nurture crazy people. Well,
listen, if you do another karaoke show, I'm like most people, I Actually, no, more than most people. I actually respect music a lot. It's a big part of my life. And when I listen to certain songs and certain tracks, I really pay attention to the lyrics. So if I'm there next time during one of these karaoke shows, I want to actually try to sing. And I'm going to try, again, one of my the most unique songs out there, one of the most deep songs you could ever find. I'm going to try to sing Butterfly by Crazy Town. I'm going to try to do that, all right?
Oh, that's a good one. Wow. That's a deep one.
That was a joke, man. What the fuck? Yeah, my butterfly.
You know, not that you brought it up. You know that's actually a Red Hot Chili Pepper song?
Wait, it's a sample.
That's what
it's
that
a sample.
is.
The guitar is a sample from...
all of it, yeah. The bass and the guitars is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Dang, dang,
I think it was from a jam session. They fucking robbed it.
Oh, yeah.
That guy did a bunch of math, yeah.
Because I'm not a big Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, but when I'd never heard that hook before, that guitar riff. So when I heard it makes sense that it's from a demo or something, that they got it.
Yeah. It's cool.
So it could be more obscure, you know?
Crazy.
No one's going to know where we got it from.
Yeah. I mean, it is obscure. You know, a lot of people don't know about it. They don't know that, but we do because it's just a whole nother level of intelligence here.
Absolutely, like you said, sophistication.
Very culture.
There you go. That's
your loving gets me high. Yep. I mean, I don't think the loving is the only thing that got him high.
Well, he's dead. Isn't he the singer?
You know anything about it? Yeah.
He got too high, huh?
Yeah,
a little
that's
too
what
high.
it seems like.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Rest in.
He really did make an.
Wait. Did you say rest in piss?
No. I said.
Okay. No, I thought you were being disrespectful. I thought you were being.
You don't have to project. Stop
No. What me? No, I thought you said it.
No, I didn't say that. I wouldn't.
No,
say
I
that
thought you
about
said
that guy.
that was all right, Spider. Anyway, listen, we gotta go. It's early in the morning. I gotta go get some breakfast. I didn't have any breakfast, by the way. I'm not one of those dudes, by the way, that's no, I'm hardcore, man. I don't have any breakfast. I don't eat anything till fucking 9 p.m. It's like, no, I gotta eat, man. But
I don't eat. I never eat.
I ain't got time to eat. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Again, I want to give a shout out to Gonzalo left. Shout out to Gonzalo. Shout out to Fu. Shout out to Sobers. We'll try to be back as soon as possible. Don't forget to check out our videos about Crawford Canelo. It's getting near, man. That fight is getting nearer and nearer. Sobers, I was telling these guys that it's already by next week, next Thursday, we're gonna be about 2 weeks away from the fight. 2 weeks. That at our age, that goes like that.
Sacrifice, everyone.
I can taste the Crawford fan tears already.
I mean,
what are those things they play at the FIFA games, BDA? Though they're like the wazoos or something. The things they blow.
The vuvuzela.
Wazoo, huh?
What's it called?
Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Well, that was the one they were using in South Africa. It might have a different name. That one was particularly annoying. But you're talking about the horns, right? Like the one that they constantly.
Yeah, the little horns.
Yeah.
When everyone in the crowd, everyone in the audience, go get your little horns ready for the big sacrifice. You know what I mean? It's gonna go down. We're all eating posola afterwards. Everyone is gonna get a big plate. You know what I mean? And it's a paradigm shift. Everyone get ready. It's gonna be a good show. And afterwards, after they remove the body from the ring,
come on.
We'll play some Selena.
You know what? With all that talking you're doing, he better win now. You guys are propping up Canelo a lot, man. I'm got my doubts about this.
You got to sit on that fence. That's the best way.
It's the easiest pick, bro, in like the last 2 years for me. Okay.
Well, there you go. I like the confidence, man. I like the confidence because a year ago, if you would have asked me Canelo Crawford, I was like, yeah. But now I'm admitting I would have gone Canelo easy because of the Majimo fight and all that. But now people are getting to me with the whole school fight and how Crawford's putting on weight, and I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute, well, what's going on here? So we'll see what happens, man.
Wait, how he's naturally putting on weight, BDA?
Exactly, how he's naturally putting on muscle at 38 years of age.
25 pounds.
I literally seen I seen a screenshot. I think I took a screenshot of someone's Twitter post, and they're right there showing how the photo of Bud is looking. He's looking bigger and jacked. All of a sudden, within like the last 2 months, the commentator was saying, "Yeah, look at Canelo. He needs clenbuterol to get jacked, and Bud, it's all natural. You already know." Or like You know, it just seems it was just so funny, bro. Like,
yeah, clenbuterol is a shitty steroid, by the way. Clenbuterol is a shitty steroid, and if Canelo
it's a weight cutter. It's a diuretic, right? That's how it's used.
Yeah, but they always say that.
It's from,
they always say when they bring up this type of stuff, like the Austrian, but it maintains lean muscle mass. So so it makes you like, you know what I mean? They try to make it out to be as if that's the thing that built the muscle, but. Anyway,
no, they'll focus in on one thing and nothing else, right? Just that one thing.
Well, listen, I'll say this. Would I be surprised if both Canelo and Crawford are on something? No. I wouldn't be surprised if 90% of the people out there or the tough fighters are on something. I've said it since we started this show. I've been saying it. So I'm not when people say, why you only talk about Crawford? Because they're the ones that are pretending to be clean. That's the thing. They're the ones that are pretending to be clean. Why you ain't focusing on Canelo? What Canelo? Why? You know. The whole team, they say, the whole team tested positive. First of all, he hasn't. Second of all, isn't Canelo passing the test? Everyone else always focusing on the test. Crawford ain't never failed no test. Well, neither has Canelo since 2018. So, what are we doing here? Do we trust?
They like the official story. They also like the official story. And officially, Canelo Alvarez actually didn't do PEDs.
Exactly.
It was a contamination.
People are all over.
That's the official story. Not to say I believe that, but that is the official story.
Exactly.
You have your own opinions on that, right?
Well, it's like this: if someone brings up Victor Conte's past, there's a defense saying, you know what, he did his time, he changed his ways. You know why? Because he was guilty of that. Now he has to be guilty of it. Why? Because he was guilty, then he has to be guilty now, right? Why can't he be different? No one's getting popped around him no more. Blah blah blah. Well, you can put the same logic to Canelo, right? He did his time. He did his little 2-3 month shit where he couldn't fight. He accepted the blame. He was also exonerated, right? So he technically never did anything wrong in the first place. It was just he had to acknowledge it was in his system. So why can't he change his ways? He owned up to what he did. He paid his dues. Stop bringing that shit up, right? He's clean now. He's been clean ever since. So what's the issue? Right.
Well, the counter argument to that is, well, look at his whole camp is testing positive, which they keep saying his whole camp. It's not his whole camp, first of all, and second of all, why
even Eddie Reynoso's popping.
Yeah. So what is Canelo responsible? Canelo's responsible for these dudes? I don't get it. I don't get that argument. But his whole camp is his whole camp. He's not training at the same time with these dudes. He's not in camp with them. Maybe he is with some of them, but again, what does that mean?
And the list is also bullshit. I mean, once you got a couple of guys on there weren't even with Reynoso, so it just gets stupid.
A 40-pound custom in the chat says Sobers is always bringing the comedy, talking about Crawford with the fight going savage on Crawford. Listen, Sobers is only going to get more savage as the fight gets near, man. We're still at least 3 weeks away. You ain't seen nothing yet, man.
I've been very tentative talking about this fight the last couple of months, right? Because I didn't want to overhype it and just use all my energy talking about it before it comes. But now it's coming close to the wire, bro. It's about to be, like you said, about to be 3 weeks away. I think I'm going to start ramping it up. I'm ready to talk about this fight. It's a fight I've been wanting for like at least 2 years, right? So, and it's a fight that I heard motherfuckers telling me it was stupid, never going to happen, whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah. Nah, fuck that shit. I knew this shit was possible when they were talking about Errol Spence fighting Canelo because they were serious about that shit. They were serious trying to say that Errol Spence could beat Canelo, right? And then Crawford basically took that from him. You see that happen in boxing all the time. There's two guys about a fight, and the winner, they already kind of assume who the winner is, and they're already matching him up with somebody else. This guy comes, he wins the fight, and he takes it. Josecito Lopez did that to Victor Ortiz, right? How long were they trying to get Victor? Was that his name, right? Victor Ortiz in the ring with Canelo, and he just could not make it to the dance.
That's a good point. I remember when people were talking about Benavidez versus Canelo, and you were like, "No, man, I want to see Canelo versus Crawford."
Exactly, bruh. No more of this Mexican on Mexican crime. We're not here to satisfy you anymore. All right, we're here to fucking dominate, and that's it.
Well, remember when people were saying that around that time, it's like, oh, Crawford, Canelo, fuck that. Canelo's ducking Benavidez. Now he's fighting Crawford, and it's all about how Crawford's this mastermind who's pound for pound, he's Roy Jones-esque, he's Sugar Ray Leonard. So yeah, if Canelo wins, they better give him his credit. They're not going to. I already know that. But the way they're talking about Crawford now is a guy who beats that dude should be getting credit. But he's not gonna. Believe me, if Canelo beats Crawford, he ain't getting no credit. Just got too many tools. Just accept that already. Otherwise, you're gonna be upset.
I already have the knockout. I think I already have footage of the knockout BDA. I'm somewhat. What's it called? What's the word?
remote viewing or premonitions?
Yeah. I did some remote viewing and already have the fight. I can actually show everybody right now.
Woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Guys, Canelo's gonna knock Crawford out. I should make a video like that, right?
What the fuck is this, man? Hold on.
That's this is exactly how the fights is gonna go.
All right, so
what is it?
Sobers was able to tap into some sort of technology where he can actually record his premonitions. Very interesting right there. That's some Project Montauk type shit. Check this out.
I had a dream. I had a dream, and it produced my dream for me.
Dream. Oh, I remember this. I remember that. Damn, they didn't let Crawford wear gloves. That's.
We got to make sure he doesn't cheat.
Does this have sound or
exactly?
There is sound, but it's just pretty music.
Okay, I don't want to play that.
Oh, damn. That's how you got him. It's similar to the Amir Khan fight.
Amir Khan style, guys. 6th round, one right hand, find the range. Boom, folded. Guys, get ready. Get ready for that shit because he's gonna have some boxing gloves on, right?
He might.
Exactly
I agree with you. Canelo needed to know. You can't have loaded gloves when you have gloves on, right?
I knew that's where he was going to with this. He was going to say something about ripped gloves. He's going to have ripped gloves. He's going to have broken gloves. Something about the gloves being tampered with or having been tampered with. But listen, like I said, we got to go. We got to go grab a bite to eat.
Fuck this. No gloves for you at all. None.
Payday.
I know you cheat. You're very tricky.
Get the fuck out of here.
Payday.
When he sees the gloves are broken before the fight, he's going to go, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Motherfucker. Don't call my mother. Don't talk about my mother. Meanwhile, he's saying motherfucker this, motherfucker that. Anyway, listen. We got to go. Shout out to Sobers. Shout out to Fu. Shout out to Gonzalo, who was here earlier. Shout out to everybody who joined us here on this early morning edition of the BD Boxing Podcast, the breakfast edition. Shout out to LT in the house, Grievous, Desperado, Johnny Blaze, Go Cheetah, Grievous, Matador, Matador, Team Batman Boxing, Baron Evola, the Desperado. Who else was here? 40-pound costume. Rapax Trunking Company was here earlier. HJ92 here was earlier in here as well. Nightmare, host of Nightmares. Oh, actually, that's is that Sobers? Yeah, that's it. I don't understand why these names are Jin Ryu. I'm not getting the names anymore on the chat. Now I'm getting the.
These are the handles.
Yeah,
it's like their YouTube handles.
But why? Why am I getting the handles?
I thought that was deliberate. Maybe as Bucho.
Is it? I was thinking maybe it's because there was an issue earlier this year where you would try to add people in the chat and it wouldn't work. So maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know. I got to look into this. I don't like this because I don't recognize the names now. Anyway, shout out to everyone in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like on the way out. Don't forget to check out the rest of our videos. Check out Patreon. Link in the description. Links are in the description.